Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast, your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Melvo.
It's your boy Gene 8P.
And it's your boy Swerve Epstein.
That's your new moniker, Swerve Epstein?
Swerve Epstein, I'm not even here right now.
Swerve Epstein Charles.
That could be a moniker now. Swerve Epstein, nothing to see here.
And nothing to see here. Look away. What you thought you knew, you ain't really know.
So what have y'all niggas been up to the past week or so?
Just a week. We actually recorded last Monday, which is crazy, right? We don't usually get these back to back.
I run a tight ship on Mondays.
What does that mean?
That means we give them the Monday episodes to roll out. Is how.
You mean since that 2-3 week break we had?
Yeah, that was seasonal. We're gearing up, you know.
It don't mean shit, Swerve. I'm gonna answer the question. I already know. It don't mean shit.
I already know. It's just a coincidence, back to back.
But I haven't done anything this past week. I don't believe it was a pretty good weekend. Just chill.
It was 4th of July weekend.
Even then, I didn't do anything. The missus went out with the kids at 4th of July with Alonso, and I was just down here. I had a couple of Toro drop-offs outside of that. Got caught in some horrible traffic.
And
you know 4th of July is 24 hours, right?
When do we celebrate it? Just that night, pretty much.
Actually, most people celebrate it from like noon to
kind of party, huh?
Because the cookout is not at night. Cookout is.
Did you put up your flag prior to 4th of July?
Yeah.
Niggas putting up flags and shit.
You did it almost within like that same week, though.
Yeah, it was that week.
Okay. Is the flag still up?
Why would it be down?
I'm just making sure.
Because 4th of July is over. That's why it would be down.
Yeah, I'm with keeping the American flag up.
Do you keep your Christmas tree up all year?
No, I usually go around and I'll get the little small flag.
Is America Swerve? Is America over?
Is Christianity over in December?
What does that make it correlated for me?
Christians celebrate Christmas just like Americans celebrate 4th of July. You put down your 4th of July shit away.
You know why that doesn't make sense? Because Christians also celebrate Easter. They also celebrate Sabbath. They also celebrate this. They also celebrate that throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
So
all y'all need to take y'all shit down.
Okay.
Christmas, Halloween, all y'all. 4th of July, all that.
The decoration for 4th of July isn't really decorations. It's stuff that's already supposed to be up.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it works like that. Not in America.
What did you do for 4th of July, Swerve?
4th of July, I didn't do nothing. It was raining all day. I stayed at the house. I think even on the weekend, I stayed at the house. Didn't do nothing. We cooked some somewhat 4th of July food, some mac and cheese, some baked beans, hot dog, chicken. That was it. We didn't really do nothing. I think. Yeah, that was it.
Did y'all at least watch fireworks?
Nah, I didn't even do that. I think I happened to see some fireworks when I went to go take Jasper out, but that was it. I was hearing the popping going on all day, and I was like, that shit don't excite me.
Is your dog afraid of the fireworks noise?
Sometimes, yeah. After a while, he got used to it. He was tired of barking.
He wasn't scared, or just barking at the noise?
No, he's like a guard dog. He's vicious. So when he hears noise going on, he hears that popping outside. He's thinking people out there shooting. He's trying to get in the mix.
Yeah, you thinking he's about to turn up. The dog is small as a shoe. The confidence, next level.
Barely.
What about you, Date? What you did for 4th of July? Oh, you said nothing.
I went first. Yeah, nothing. Got caught in some traffic on my way back, but that was about it.
Good times.
How about you? What you end up doing, Juno?
Let me see. 4th of July. That was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 4th of July was kind of off for me this year Because on July 2nd, my son was scheduled for his procedure. He had tubes added to his ears and some shit removed that's next to the tonsils. I can't remember what them shit's called.
Well, he was having hearing.
Some bullshit.
He was having hearing issues.
No, his ears has always had like fluid in it, extra fluid.
Oh, okay.
That was hindering his hearing, which then hindering his speech.
Yeah, the two are correlated.
So, we ended up. It ended up being scheduled for the 2nd. And with kid procedures, that shit is weird because they don't give you a time, because it's really just based on whoever's on for the day, and it goes chronologically. So the youngest kids go first.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really know what time your kid's procedure is gonna be until like the day before they tell you to come in at a certain time. So they tell us to come in at, I think, 7:30, but they had his procedure scheduled for 12.
Yeah, you stay in that little waiting room.
Nah, but they got us in and out pretty quick. We was out of there by 10 o'clock.
So they had to put him down to do the procedure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was, they have to go, they go in through the mouth and over the back of your mouth and
to get to the ear.
Not the ear. It's
like a canal.
No, it's called. I can't remember what it's called, bro. But whatever it is, it's like near the tonsils. So they remove those, and they say for like 2 weeks the kids is gonna have horrible breath, and that shit done picked up on day like 3.
You know that's bad because kids don't usually have bad breath at all, so you probably notice it almost instantly.
What's the reasoning for the bad breath?
The bad breath is because
healing.
Where they remove it from, it has to heal because they surgically cut it out, so it has to heal, and that healing process is what you're smelling. So yeah, that nigga breath is humming right now. I had that nigga brush his teeth at least 3 times a day. Of course, that doesn't work because it's not your actual breath.
Yeah,
it's just the healing. That's the only way air really gets out of your head is through your mouth, and if you have anything healing back there, it's gonna cause you to smell that. So right now, my boy breath stank.
When my dad was first going through dialysis, his breath would stink. Horrible.
Well, there's no excuse for that.
Yeah, that's lack of brushing.
Nah, it was something.
I just a grown man going through dialysis.
I don't know if it was it wasn't the dialysis. It was something around that time, maybe before the dialysis. I don't know what it was, but there was some reason something was happening, and I was asking my sister, I was like, you notice Poppy's breath is like kicking right now, and it was like, yeah, the doctor said something. There was some type of reasoning for it. I don't remember the reasoning. All I know was that after he started getting better, the breath got better.
Okay.
Yeah, dialysis or chemo?
Chemo. That's what it was. Chemo.
Okay, yeah, because that dialysis is not. It's like all they're doing is opening up a vein,
switching your blood.
Yeah. He was. I don't think he wasn't even doing that. I'm thinking my sister was on dialysis. He was doing the chemo.
Yeah, the chemo I could see the odor from, because chemo is to kill stuff in your body.
Poison into your
whole body. So it's probably killing germs that you need.
So it's killing the stuff, and then while your body's re-healing, it has to release those fumes from somewhere, and most likely it's coming out of your mouth, ears, shit like that, all the holes in your body. So it could have been everything that was stink. Swerve, booty hole, penis hole, ears, nose, everything was.
He was looking very decrepit. He was walking around. Every time I seen him, I would go to Palm Beach, and every time I go there, he's wearing the same fit.
Bro, that chemo ain't no joke, bro.
Yeah, this guy was just turning into a skeleton.
Not no joke.
And if they catch it at a later stage, then they have to be more aggressive with the chemo. That shit is. I've seen vibrant people just like the amount of drainage you get, energy draining from chemo is like next level.
Yeah, he said if that shit didn't stick, he said that they tell him he got to do it again. He's like, gonna say, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just rock. I'm gonna just rock this next one out.
I got it. Yeah, a lot of I'm good. Because
He's
you could
probably
do
on
all
like
that.
gabapentin, right? You probably don't know his medicine list.
I don't even know.
You could do all that, and then the shit don't take. So you spent your last few years all frail and weak.
He hasn't told you that his feet just felt heavy.
Yeah, I remember his feet looked like leather. His feet was very hard. He did say it was like it's hard for him to walk on his feet, and his shoulders was hurt a lot, like shoulder pain.
Okay. Yeah, usually when people start going through chemo, what type of cancer was it?
Was it what's the colon?
Colon. Okay, yeah. I know another guy that had colon. Yeah, when he was recovering, it was the heavy feet, and that's usually because of the gabapentin, which is the medicine they give people on chemo for what's the gabapentin does? It's like a nervous system medication to like numb shit like that. Don't let me lie to you. I was on it once when I had the surgery on my back to remove the lymph node. They put me on gabapentin. Nigga, when I tell you, I had one cocktail
with the drug.
You fucked up. Yeah, you already.
Nigga, I almost died that night.
Yeah, you already fucked up. You can't mix those together.
I think that's just a suggestion though, because
right,
there's plenty of stuff that say like don't mix alcohol with this, and I've been mixing my whole life.
Gabapentin, but he was already on a high end
different because it fucks with the whole nervous system. And
so when you say you
add
died,
a little
what
alcohol, nigga, I couldn't see. I was walking, my vision just like completely went out, bro. I done ran into shit, knocking shit over, bro. Fell on the floor, all types of shit, bro. And motherfuckers is going.
They just thought you was drunk.
They thought I was drunk. I'm like, nigga, I ain't drunk. I'm like, I'm about to die, nigga. Fuck you talking about drunk? I wish I was drunk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel none of this. I would just go to sleep or something. But yeah, that gabapentin, that shit. And they about to turn that drug into like a controlled substance because of the effects you get when you drink alcohol with it. Or a lot of these kids are using that and taking alcohol. So
okay, because they like the feeling
of
almost dying.
It's the feeling of being super high, and that is fucking probably the cheapest way.
You're just a lightweight. So you're just a lightweight. You was really fucked up out here, and you saying you're almost dying. It's like them people that take an edible and then they got to call 911.
No, the edible high would be crazy.
No, there's no high that's necessary. Well, yeah, there's no weed high that's necessary for you to call 911.
True, because you don't know how you're gonna land. You can't go to sleep. Your heart's racing.
If that's ever happened to you once, you get paranoid like that. That just means weed is not for you. Don't try it again.
Oh, it happens again, and you think you had enough.
Don't do it again.
It
ain't for you.
And then you done had too much, and then what's worse, you just got to go through it. You're like, you're fucked up. You're in the stratosphere now.
If somebody tell me they don't smoke weed because it makes them paranoid, I believe them the first time. Like, all right, you good. I'm not even gonna pass this to you. I don't want nobody jumping off no buildings, running into the street.
Try a little bit smaller amount. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, build your way up. But
yeah, once people that had called police or 911 after they gotten high, those people usually never go back to smoking weed.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
I know a couple people that actually did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Them motherfuckers won't even touch nothing that have weed in it.
I wouldn't pass it. I wouldn't pass it to them.
You know, I offer that motherfucker every time. You know, I got to be a good host.
Nah, you ain't gonna have me going to jail.
I fear being drunk more than I do fearing high. So I've never been full drunk or just blackout drunk. drunk and then throw it up. But there's the whole blackout where you don't remember what happened the night before. I'm always fearful of being.
You never hear of people being raped while they're high because they're that stoned, but you hear of people getting raped off of being drunk.
Nigga, that's the whole reason your boy was on trial. It's because they said they were high the whole time.
Oh, when I'm saying high, I mean like weed.
Yeah, that was all sorts of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, niggas. If a nigga say he got raped while he was high, that he wanted that
gay.
shit.
Yeah, he wanted.
That nigga gay.
He lied. He lied, John.
Nah, dog. I was on the weed. Them niggas got me, cuz. Nah,
they gotta go, cuz.
That's how it go. It don't work like that.
Fucking classic.
But what else we did 4th of July? We just stayed home, cooked, bought some fireworks, lit the fireworks for the kids and shit.
Fireworks is still expensive. Still cheap, or did they get more expensive?
Fireworks are never cheap. Your budget has to be cheap. See, that's exactly. I'm glad you guys said you perfect. Just like Judah just talking about the cheap. Yeah, those shits are never cheap. It just however your money is, that's how much the fireworks.
No,
is.
you can. They are cheap. It's just the amount you can buy.
Yeah,
because they cost us. They're not expensive.
The best thing you can do
fireworks
is buy
are expensive. It's the kind
if you want to get the amount.
Yeah, if you want a good amount, it's gonna always cost money. But if
you want the good shit that pops in the air and makes a whole bunch of different
colors and shit,
shit, because you know some of them you just shoot it up and it makes one bang. But then you have the ones that you shoot it up, it makes a bang, then it sends off other ones and they make a bang over here and over there.
So how much you dropped on fireworks?
Oh, we only spent $150.
Even that's outrageous.
How many minutes? How many minutes of fireworks did you get out of that?
For one child, it's outrageous.
2 days.
It was like 3 kids.
Okay, yeah, that's it. So that's why I say it's always good if you do it as a group. Then everyone gets a package or something. Then it makes more sense. But just buying by yourself fireworks is very.
You said 2 days.
Yeah, how long were you outside? The first day. We popped a few. The shit, it got hot. We went inside and called it a night, and then we did the rest the next day because my kid pointed at the fireworks and wanted to go outside. So I was like, "I'll take you tomorrow or later."
Oh, and the weather been super hot and muggy too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. It's disaster. Them fireworks make the whole area like super hot, bro.
This is that time of the year I hate doing tour, bro. I'm talking about be nighttime, vacuuming and sweating. It should make no damn sense, bro. Or the parking garages. You know how that feel? You know how it's very humid in there?
What else I did? I put my American flag up.
Yes, sir.
Very patriotic.
God bless America.
With that being said, right?
Mm-hmm.
The question of the week, right, is being patriotic and black the new cooning in black culture?
It's 50-50.
No, I don't think. Let me word it right now. Or let me word it better for you because what you just said. I know how you took it. So, you know the word cooning, or you're a coon.
Yeah.
So, do people in the black culture, I'm using air quotes here, consider a black person that is patriotic in America a coon?
50-50.
I think it is 50-50, but it shouldn't be 50-50.
When you guys say 50-50, what aspect?
Because coons tend to be patriotic. So you can't separate the two. You can be patriotic and not be a coon, but also coons also tend to be patriotic. So that's why you're gonna always find people that also.
So there's a lot of black people who don't separate the both.
Exactly. There's a lot of people that don't.
So they'll see a black person wear the flag and they say coon.
Yeah,
they don't even know who you are. They don't know that you might be they don't know you might be a military kid.
But yeah, exactly. So there's the military pro-black, and there's the black Americans and black history, but there's also the coons that we know that are coons, but they also be very patriotic because the main majority of black are always either speaking against America or things in this good. So to be the opposite of that, they're gonna very much, I love America. This is the best place in the world. They're gonna always be saying, so they're gonna basically cape for it. But then what I've realized right now, we're in like almost in a renaissance, almost of like where.
Well, now you're seeing a lot more black folks
Exactly.
that are patriotic.
Patriotic.
And these are the same people that you were seeing that you would never call a coon.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. It's 50-50 because now
I think those people are just now getting into politics.
It's not only getting into politics. What's happening right now is a lot of especially on Twitter. There are a lot of black folks. They're calling it delineation. The delineation. So a lot of black Americans want to separate themselves from other blacks. Like they don't even like the term African American. You know what I'm saying? Because that clumps us all together. Like I said, there's the ones that call let's say that one group, Foundational Black African Descendants of Slavery, ADOS, or Foundational Black Americans, FBA. The FBA, sometimes you might call them. Some people call them a cult. Some people black folks, but some people call it. Some of them they call it a Freeman. So basically, there's this new wave of black folks that are basically like, you know what, we're gonna delineate, basically separate ourselves from other blacks. We are our own versions of black. You know what I'm saying, and we want that also be known. So there's because in America we do clump all the blacks together. You're black, we don't give a damn. And I'm like, no, we're different because there's islanders, there's you know what I'm saying, there's those from the continents, you know what I'm saying, there's British blacks is also, you know what I'm saying, but in general, so what you have is the American blacks now, which always had their own history and stuff like that. It's not really known, it's not really praised in the big screen, but it's a big thing. It's the American blacks. A lot of them come from the South, you know, a lot of them do line dancing, shit like that. A lot of them very patriotic. A lot of them have a lot of lineage that's in the army and military and shit like that. Just in general, there's so much. America has so much black history and so much different type of blacks. I used to say this shit for years on this podcast that I wanted a documentary on just how much variations of blacks that there were. And I said, you know that. Remember I used to say that.
Yeah.
And we do such a good job in America of not showing that people will be surprised that it kind of sucks now that the black folks have to kind of throw it in our face almost as a defense because we've been disrespecting them for so long. The reason they're doing it now is almost, it feels nefarious, but it's not. But it's almost like they were put into this position because forever we told them, y'all ain't got no class, y'all don't got no culture, this, that, that. I just saw a video today. He's like, how y'all keep telling us we ain't got no culture? We've been here for like 400 or 500 years in the U.S. And you're like, y'all Haitians been in Haiti just as long. And we all came from Africa, basically. Y'all ain't got no culture. It's like, we ain't got no culture if that's the case. They're like, how is it yours is considered culture, but ours isn't considered culture? Like, it is true. A lot of the tropes we throw on them is just another hate trope that we're taught.
Yeah, it just be hating.
It just be hating. Yeah, we were taught.
I don't want to say it's hate.
It is hate. It don't make any sense. If they've been in the country just as long as we've been in the country, we speak a different language than our original birth tongue. They speak a different language than their original birth tongue. Same concept.
You know the ideology of when they say you can't be racist if you're black.
Yeah.
I think it's that same thing. That
shit is absolutely false on Twitter. I see some of the most racist black. I only argue with two types of racists on Twitter, and it's usually blacks or whites.
That saying,
and the black ones come from my neck every day.
That saying of you can't be racist if you're black is a inferior mindset.
It's not a fact actually, but it's just
it's
Junior thinks it's inferiority.
It is because you're saying.
I think it just means because
if you're black,
you're in America, you can't be racist. Yeah, I get what I mean because you're in a system that you don't have any power.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Yeah, you could be racist and black in Africa.
How they look at it is that you can't be racist towards the oppressor.
Yeah, basically, you gotta have
that's
juice
why
to be racist.
It's because it's saying that the person that's being oppressed can't be racist, right?
Yeah.
It's also telling you that the person that is being
oppressed knows that they're oppressed.
Would never be an oppressor or cannot be an oppressor.
It ain't that they're not capable of it.
It's just the person that they're directing it to. Just like Nate said, in Africa, their oppressors are black. So so you could technically say black people can be racist towards.
They be racist towards the white folks. To the South Africans, they're racist
to their oppressors.
Not those no longer their oppressors. They're on top now, and now in Africa it's reversed. The white folks are the poor ones. I mean, there's some rich ones that've been there for a long time. But there's plenty of poor white folks that are farmers that've been there. You know, they fucked up. Whatever they came in and got on the liquid. They got on the play late. So
then in their case, white people couldn't be racist towards black people.
That's what they would say, and you would look at them like they're crazy, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same concept. Like if we didn't have the history for it.
Yeah.
If we didn't have the history for it. But I do see, what I notice online, like I said, black folks, I'm seeing a lot of black folks that are very patriotic, this, that, and the third, which is nothing wrong with that. But I did also come to another realization. Like, you got two things of black folk. Black folk is the most abused by America and also the most in love with America next to the white man. So it is a very big, what's that thing called when you fall in love with your abuser?
Not symbiotic.
Sherlock Holmes syndrome?
No, it's called
Sherlock Holmes. I know that.
Stockholm.
Stockholm. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, they definitely have a major case of Stockholms.
Nate, do you consider yourself African American?
Black, I guess. Yeah, I mean that's the.
Swerve.
Here's the thing:
it was a yes or no question, Nate. I asked you to ramble. Swerve. Do you
I fall under the African American quote by American standards. I don't.
Let me cook. Let me cook.
Yeah.
Swerve. Do you consider yourself African American or Haitian American?
I consider myself, if I'm to speak outwardly, I know what I am. I guess I am African American, but I like to break it down a little more and say I am Haitian American because I like to let everybody know.
Nate, are you Haitian American or are you African American?
I'm both.
Yeah, you are both.
All you're doing is scanning in the board.
When
Haitian
I say
American might not
we
be
know
big
what
enough that
African American means. We know that means American, just black.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So because I grew up in America under that umbrella, I wasn't. But then you'll have only people that tell me that I'm not African American will be Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? Or will you consider? They'll say, "Are you black?"
I think every black person that knows that your family is from Haiti would say you're not African American.
That's not true. But they'll say you're not black. I hear now that's a new thing to say. They say you're not black. If like, "Hey, are you black?" I'm like, "I'm always saying you're not black." But you're not black. I never could. Do you consider yourself Black American? That's I never consider myself Black American.
I think when they say black, they're thinking black is African American.
No, that's the truth. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so black.
Do you consider yourself black?
No, black is the Americans that were in the
America.
The African Americans.
The blacks, the African Americans in America.
Yeah. America, yes.
That's what black is.
Exactly. So, but if you ask are you black, right? I would consider myself black because I'm a black man because the color is race.
So it's two different types of black. There's black as in the type of you're American black, and then there's black as in the fact we're all black.
When someone asks you, what are you? Because we all have eyes, you don't have to delineate that you're the color black. So I should automatically rate that one anyways.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that because you can see I'm black.
Yeah.
So when they say, what are you? I'm Haitian.
That's why I fuck up at. So maybe they are right when they have to tell me because the Yanks will tell me automatically, you ain't black.
You're not black. You Haitian.
They'll let me know you ain't black. Yeah, you ain't black. And that's what you ain't like us.
Okay, Nate.
Like,
so do you think African Americans would consider your kids black?
That's the thing. Here's what's fucked up about it, right? Here's what's fucked up about it.
If they knew Nate's lineage was Haitian, they would say you're all back.
They say you're Kata, which don't make any sense because I was born here. By them terms, I'm just Black American, just like them, Juno. Perfect.
No, exactly right. That's the point I was making, right?
Once you're here, just like them, a couple generations.
This is the point. It only takes one generation. The
first,
if you're not first generation, you're technically African American.
Yeah. Then how about your kids? Are my kids? My kids.
That's why I'm saying your kids are African American.
So of all the black nations in the world, it doesn't matter. All it takes is for you to come from that black nation to America, make one generation, and then your whole past is gone.
It is
like my parents came here. I was the first one in my family born here. So any kids I have from now on, they're gonna say those kids, their parents were Americans.
Yeah,
they're not even going to say that we're hate because right now
that's how we do it with the white folks. Definitely,
that's not how we do it.
They do it. Because as long as
eventually, it will take it out
if they want to. Because I know young kids now. Like I saw a young kid at the barbershop. She looked Haitian. So when I asked her, I was like, "Yo, where are you from?" She was like, "I'm from Orlando." I was like, "No, where are your parents from?" She said, "The islands." I said, "Which island?" I thought she was Haitian. She looked like Haitian. She was like, "Oh, they from Antigua." So I was like, so I was like,
they got some Haitians there too.
She's like saying
that they got Haitians. They're one of the 9 countries or 8 countries that speaks Creole.
Yeah.
She said my dad's from Antigua. I was like, so you're Antiguan? She's like, oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I was like, what kind of sense that make?
Sounds like some shit my kids would have said earlier.
Exactly.
If you didn't put
I guess.
Not they know better than that, but that's
what I'm telling you.
That sounds like some shit your kids would say, Nate.
The first anymore, they know they Haitian.
Only the first generation kids carry the Haitian.
Yeah, but it's your choice how much of your lineage
because
you want to push on your kids.
Your kids.
Because I feel like
if you're born in America and raised in America your whole life, you reproduce. Them kids come from someone that is
because
Juno's right. I don't know how y'all don't see it.
Because even though I wasn't born here, I look how proudly all of us rep the Haitian flag.
That's just
you got the Haitian tattoo on you right now.
Listen, that's just
I'm not even born there.
That's just through pride, but that's not through connection.
I think you can pass pride down. Just like you can pass, just like Bucks fans and Knicks fans, they pass that down. You can pass that.
Here's what I realize. What people don't realize: black Americans, the Yank, has just as much as connected to his white counterpart, that racist redneck. He's been in the soil with him for the longest. That's his closest kin. His next closest kin is us Islanders that are here to him. Our next closest kin is not someone back. We're closer to the Yanks on this side than we're to the Haitians back home. We're raised here under different circumstances, you know what I'm saying? But we deal with all the, as far as societal ills on their things, because it's just a skin tone type of the
it don't matter. That's not how pride works.
Listen, by the time we have our kids, they're gonna have none of the things back home from that you talking about 2 generations removed. They don't know nothing about you talking about our parents didn't want us going to Haiti all the time because it's unsafe. We going even less than our parents. Our kids probably not gonna go at all.
It don't mean nothing.
They're Americans.
Not going there, that still doesn't mean nothing. You're still repping. That's not how pride works. We come from the poorest country in the West.
It gets after a few generations, all that shit gets wiped out.
Yeah, you have to have a reason to have pride.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Maybe if you had like Brazil and you had a
all the white people
ass for a few years.
All the white people had a connection to Europe. They're European.
So as long as slavery is never forgotten, do you think slavery will ever forget about slavery?
No, we won't forget about
other places.
No, I'm talking about the world. Do you think the world will ever forget about slavery?
Yeah, no. Other places has moved on from slavery.
I'm saying the world will always know that what happened in America. They will always know about that.
Slavery happened all over the world.
I'm talking about I'm talking about the Black American slave. We'll never forget about that. No, nobody's ever gonna. It don't matter how many generations pass. That's not gonna go away.
But that's what when the further you go along in generations, they're gonna be mixed in with the fundamental blacks.
But even though they're still gonna know what happened. And they're still going to know what slavery was. They're going to know that people were taken. They're still going to know about the revolts. They're going to know about Kanye saying slavery was a choice. And they're going to know that. And they're going to know that Haitians revolted and were the only ones that successfully revolted.
People will study history.
That's a reason to be proud. And that's never going to go away.
The winners write the history books. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say it's going to be here. There's stuff that are omitted out of history that we don't even know about.
I'm just letting you know.
So you're saying that slavery is going to be one of those.
Your grandkids,
slavery's going to.
Your grandkids ain't gonna say my grandfather Swerve was Haitian. They gonna say that nigga was born in Florida.
That's where
it ends.
Listen, what reps you more, Florida or Haiti?
What you mean? Who I rep more?
Not who you rep more. What we think represents you more? Think of all your qualities or your traits, Florida, or do you think that's Haiti?
Well, I'm gonna say Florida because this is where I was born and raised.
That's so your kids would be perfect by saying that.
But if you Florida, but if you slit my wrist right now, and the blood starts gushing out, that's Haitian blood.
That's American blood.
From a mom and a dad that was born on Haitian soil.
So if you were just get hit by a truck right now, but like, don't cap them, don't give them no blood. Let's go import
no cap. Don't give me that. I need that fresh imported from Haiti blood. If it's not fresh from Haiti, I don't need it. Don't let me go.
Listen, but I mean, everybody has a reason to be prideful. So when I'm arguing with people online, what I realize is that
what's the white American's reason to be prideful?
I mean,
America.
We conquered shit.
That's what I'm telling you. Eventually,
the white boys check me every day. They're like, we do it. When I tell them nothing. Listen, my counter to white boys outside of they got when they told me, listen, we developed the world y'all motherfuckers come to. That's their rebuttal. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's the one thing the white man do good. He likes to steal. He likes to lie. But one thing he do good, he goes back and that nigga likes to set up a nice little country.
See, conquering is not a thing that people are boastful about.
But
but revolting is. No, it's not. It's not.
Conquering is a thing. Our society hasn't allowed it because
exactly.
We're already winning.
So you go
but when I'm dealing online with white boys that ain't ashamed of their past, them niggas like, yeah, nigga, you standing in our shit right now. We run shit.
I'm telling you, a majority of white people are ashamed of the way.
That's why white folks are going.
That's why it's called white guilt.
Exactly, but the white boys that are allowed to speak their mind don't feel no guilt.
Everybody's allowed to speak their mind.
No, they're not. Come on,
everybody's allowed to, just like them. They are allowed to.
We already know there's
on
a
the
tax
internet.
for it. Yeah, that's on the internet. There's a tax.
So what's the tax them white boys paying?
Niggas want to keep their job.
They don't put their face on there.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't put their face.
They don't put their face all together. Exactly. Them white boys, they've been incognito talking to y'all crazy on Xbox and shit.
So are they really? So are they really proudful? Because if you're proudful, you put a face on it.
They're smart. They're not
prideful. That's not pride, mate. That's not pride. If you're prideful, put your face on it.
There's different ways we carry it as a race. Black folks, we like, nigga, we holding this shit down regardless. We like. I
don't gotta say I'm prideful. I'm proud of Haiti and then hide my face. I ain't gotta do that.
Yeah, there's no consequences to it. But if you're a white man and you're already winning, everything's working in your favor. I'm gonna get to tell this nigga that.
You're not Haitian, right?
like I told you, if you cut my wrist right now, all the blood that's gonna come out, 100% Haitian blood.
Swerve, do your parents consider you Haitian?
I don't care what they consider me.
I'm asking you a question.
I don't need their permission to be Haitian. Exactly. I'm Haitian regardless. I don't need their permission to be Haitian.
Exactly. Haitians don't consider me Haitian.
Exactly. So
I don't care what they gonna do about it. That's very Haitian of me. What they gonna do about it?
Exactly. That's very Haitian of me. That's very Haitian of me.
Exactly. What fuck they gonna do about it?
What they gonna do about it?
That's how I feel like it. Because a real Haitian gonna tell me we ain't Haitian. I'm like, well, actually, I'm Haitian. Now what you gonna do about it? That's how I'm gonna carry it now. You know, but them real Haitians will tell you quick.
All right. Speaking of foolishness and black folks, mass shooting in downtown Indianapolis on July 4th. 2 black teenagers dead. I think 115, 113. And it looks like the fucking city is tired of these black children, bro, being unsupervised and wreaking havoc in metropolitan downtowns.
You know what I realized?
This is Philly, you said?
No, in Indianapolis.
Oh,
so Indiana.
This is kind of like the bullshit of Trump's administration. Like he's kind of cracking down on immigration, which he said he promised on. But if you really want to do shit, because that shit's symbolic, and you see everyone online's all hyped about, he's getting the immigrants out of here, whether it's too far. Like, when we got real crime going on, why are we even worried about catching motherfuckers that are at the job? It ain't like we're catching immigrants while they doing a crime or anything. Like you go onto job sites to pick motherfuckers that are working, that are being productive. Meanwhile, we actually got motherfucker, we got actual crime out here, crime-ridden neighborhood for years. You talking about areas that have been fucked up my whole life. You talking about almost 40 years of being fucked up. You talking about New Orleans, Miami, Chicago, New York, St. Louis, Carolina. There's some hoods that have been hoods my entire life. There's no excuse for it. We're in America. You got some hoods that look like a third world country for almost 30 years.
Nate, what this got to do with the crazy kids in Indianapolis? The black, well, they're blaming black kids.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm like, why are we wasting resources going after immigrants and shit like that? We got crime. We could be fixing this shit up. Niggas been nigga for a while. The hood been fucked up for a while. Crack down on that shit. There should be no reason. The killing has gotten completely out of hand. These kids out here switch you down over anything. It's getting insane.
There's only a few major issues that America is usually like focused on at a time.
That's the issue. It's crime.
It's crime. Education.
Homelessness. It's like the 5-7 thing: homelessness, abortions, and that's it. And race.
And
it's
then
like we have a. It's like a 5-hand on that.
You can't have your hand on all things at one time. So it's like, right now it's just like, we just worrying about immigration right now. We're worried about crime in the next election.
It's not even a real issue.
A
lot of these stuff aren't even real issues. Immigration is not a real issue for most people if you're not around immigrants. One, they're not committing crime. They're more of a net positive society than a negative. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. So a lot of people are just complaining about them, just complaining about the blight that's seeing them. And the people that saying they're losing their jobs, and they're either not. Those aren't people that are usually the ones that's even protesting. Some people just want them out of there to be out of there.
It's when the economy's not doing well.
Yeah,
they're the easiest scapegoat.
Exactly. But when you talk about crime that's been persistent for the longest, even though crime has fallen down in totality everywhere, but there's some areas that have been hot for the longest. So, like, there's no reason they have to be. There should be no reason. Did y'all see the video of the Chicago shooting?
Nate, it sounds like you're calling for the police to come into the hoods and police this shit.
Nah.
You gotta
police this shit. What does that mean?
What do you mean police? They gotta shut that shit down. These kids are killing each other.
Make y'all niggas behave.
Yeah,
How?
These kids are killing. They're gonna be. I'm gonna stay on this block.
You gonna just let police just come into the streets and start killing? That's good. They're gonna start killing.
They're not
people.
killing. You just go out there, you patrol it all the time. You got to bust down. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have there's gonna be no money to be gotten out there. But these kids are out here just shooting shit like crazy.
Say what's up, Kai.
Kai.
Say hi.
We got them fresh braids. Hey.
All right, get out.
Kai breathing all up in the mic though. You can smell it from here, huh?
Bye. Go.
Oh, here's a good point, Swerve. If you had to start a country over right now, right? Let's say you could start it from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get the people saying, you think you're gonna tell them about slavery? If you were in charge right now in America, if you gave you the levers of power right now, and you had a way of controlling all the people, is that a third? Would you tell them about slavery? Because slavery is gonna still drive your populace apart.
You're right. I wouldn't tell them.
So you can see why it's like that. And over time, I can kind of get rid of that story. If the people start blending in, we speak about it less and less in the books, is then there. Before long, it's not going to be a thing we hang up over.
I feel as long as race is an issue, that's going to be our divider. That's going to be the thing that separates.
But race is always only going to be an issue in America because of slavery. You remove slavery, no, it's not an issue.
Eventually, with the world being so connected, everybody's just gonna be mulatto. It's gonna be one race.
Nate just answered a question that I've been asking: is racism ever gonna go away? The answer is no, because slavery.
No, it's gonna go away.
No, that's not true. Here's what I'm saying: racism's not gonna go away. Here's what I'm saying:
yeah, it's not gonna go away.
It could go away depending who's in charge.
No, because you can't get rid of the difference.
There's not no difference. What you guys are not understanding is people only remember what they recite, what's being held. Histories have been wiped away. There's societies that are here that are just not here no more. You only remember what you're taught, what you're held on to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason we held on to slavery, whatever reason, because it keeps being alliterated. But when it becomes not purposeful, when it becomes not useful to society, when they have no reason for it. If black folks are the only people left that's still mentioning racism,
mm-hmm.
Niggas said we're just gonna teach that shit anymore in school. We're just gonna speak of it, and before long.
Listen, I'm telling you.
But as long as black people know it, that's all that matters. As long as
black people,
there's not gonna be no more black people.
Yeah, exactly. They could do shit like that.
Eventually, everyone's gonna mix with each other.
That's not even a true thing. That's not even true. I don't believe that.
So Juno's saying that there's not gonna be white people either.
No, there's not gonna be white folks. That's for damn sure.
No. There's not gonna be a difference. Eventually, it's gonna get to one damn color, bro.
I don't think so. I don't think
the Earth is gonna be around that long.
Well, not only that, I think with the black folks, you're gonna always have shades of black, even if you mix it because it becomes darker. So unless you keep mixing lighter and lighter, it's because of dominant gene, you're gonna still have shades of black.
Yeah.
Now, will the white one probably go away? You're gonna have various. You're gonna go from lighter to darker shades of blackness, brown. What's saying white's gonna most likely go away just in general because they're not the dominant. There's not enough white to breed. But what will happen is as long as you have light skin and light skin start breeding together, or albino and albino, you can bring the white back all over again. You'll never run out of any color.
Albino is a health condition. It's not a fucking.
Yeah. Two albinos
I'm
can get
just
together
saying,
and make a
what
black
they
baby.
said. If you look at history, they said what probably caused white folks to just that they're saying is when they used to, a lot of the tribes back in the days, you know, they're afraid of albinos. They look at them. They still, until this day, some tribes, they still kill those kids using for magic. Albinos, they used to cast them out and make them create their own tribes. Those tribes used to go off, or whiter was told to it, and it would breed and become lighter and lighter. But which can't possibly, I don't know how true is that, because albino people usually have bad vision. I would imagine that whole tribe would be blind or over time. But
I told
they
you
said that's
it's a health condition. It's not a skin color. It's not a skin color. It's a health condition.
It has health condition, but you can be albino
It's
and
a
have
health condition. That means it's abnormal from the norm.
Correct. But it's not. What I'm saying is there's plenty of albinos out there or that suffer from albinism, but then there's also different pigmentations of black folks. You have lighter black folks than the back. There's like the carrot tops, the redheads. That's kind of like a form of redheads are like a form of like almost like a lighter term of albinism. The carrot tops, it's white version. So there's white carrot top black folks. Back in those days, they'd kick them out the tribe just the same. And over time, those aren't albinos. Carrot tops don't have.
Swerve, you know what tribe that nigga talking about?
The carrot tops.
I don't know what other tribes. I'm just saying.
He keeps saying tribes.
I'm talking about. They're saying back in the tribes, like back into the Africa shit like that. Back in before the world was settled, when people looked at different, when babies were born, they used to put them together, group them together, and kind of cast them out.
What history book you found that in, Nate?
I don't care. I can't cite my sources. I get my information. I've been knowing shit. Yeah, I can't be. You know what I'm saying? Look, I love that we're getting to the era of which y'all motherfuckers that's holding y'all degrees up and shit over our head, that shit don't mean nothing no more. Thank God for ChatGPT.
Thank God for Google.
Thank God for Google. We're in the era now where you big brain niggas that used to hold up y'all, you big degree niggas used to think y'all are the only big brains in town. We got other big brains out here.
And they got degree envy.
I do have a little degree envy.
Nate, you been hating on me this long and I didn't even know it.
No, you know what it is? It's niggas like Juno that always have to remember these niggas ain't got their degrees. It's not that we hating on y'all. Y'all niggas that try to lord it over us.
When?
So gotta, listen.
Who does that?
Yeah, you're right though. That's what's great about it, because now you can hit them with all the facts. As soon as they want to say, you got Google it, and you tell me who's wrong. We always right.
No, it ain't not even that. It's the fact that now society's starting to respect people that also don't have the degree. Like you, I just like you for your wealth of knowledge. You don't have to have the degree. The degree used to mean things. Now that niggas with degrees fucked up so much during COVID.
But still, you still got to fact check niggas though, because I can't just
got to fact check niggas by all means. Yeah, but I'm just saying now I'm not just discredited just because I'm just a regular nigga. Like, hey, regular niggas get shit right all the time. You know what I'm saying? So the degree niggas still count, but I'm glad that y'all been brought down a notch to where y'all used to be held up top of us.
I didn't know. I didn't even know it was a category.
Oh, there's a category online. These big, we call them the academics. You big brain academics.
I never even think of Juno having a degree, and I never think of you having a degree. But if people ask me like, who's the smartest? You two is probably the smartest people I know.
I know some smart people.
I know some smart people too. Y'all two are the smartest.
I mean, I'm up there, but they're just the degree.
You gotta expand your circle, Swerve.
Yeah, I know some niggas that
I know some smart niggas.
So what are you trying to say? So y'all try to say y'all dumb is what y'all said.
I just happen to know a lot of smart people.
I happen to know I'm one of the smartest people in any circle I'm in. I'm probably one of the smartest people in that circle.
But even the smartest people that I know, the very smart people, I'm not envious of them.
Only if they got a degree. If they got a degree,
right. No, because the ones with the degree that are very smart, they're not usually the ones trying to hang it over my head like judo. You know what I'm saying?
When have I ever? Hey, please explain to me, when have I ever hung a degree over your head?
We've had a couple conversations where you probably throw me and OB and Server to the bus about not finishing our degrees.
I don't think that's me.
Jokes. We had a couple of jokes, but everybody has their things to crack on. It's no big. I never heard but I don't feel it ain't like you. You're not a person that leads by your degree anyway.
I don't even know where them shit's at.
But there's that used to be a thing back in the days, degrees. Now we live in a society where we happen to be around the gig era, this, that, and third, where last minute you guys say, I don't think I'm gonna do coding, you could just pick up a profession last minute. But it used to be about if you didn't have the degree, you should out luck. But Now we live in a society
the degree is kind of like the championship ring, right? It's the
it
thing
used
that puts
to be,
you,
but
it's
now
like the thing that puts you over. You could be in a duel, and you could be in an intellectual duel with somebody right now, and you guys are evenly matched. Soon as he pull out that degree, boom, he got you.
Yeah, it used to be.
That's the thing. Just like Jordan with his 6 rings. You can put all the stats you want. I think it's 6 for 6. Boom. You can't top that.
Yeah, Nate, credentials matter.
The credentials do matter. But then now I'm glad that we live in a society where enough has been exposed that we realize that some of the bureaucracies that hold up the credentials, they don't mean shit anymore.
Yeah. Nate, who you
the
think?
Motherfuckers. Okay, here, let me try
who you think gave you that? It's the degrees nigga that gave you that.
Well, I don't know how he got here.
You gotta say thank you.
But whatever it is, I'm glad we're here now. We're living in the post-degree era. Niggas like Elon and shit, no degree. Bill Gates, no degree. These niggas that drop out, no degree. We're living by the big brains that rule shit, no degree world. That's the world we're living right now. And you have the thanks to everything that happened now, we can now let the.
Are you trying to insinuate that you're like Bill Gates and Elon Musk because you two dropped out?
I'm on the path.
Let me say, you remember some ilk?
I'm on the same ilk. I'm on the path.
I saw where that nigga was trying to go with this, bro.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me stop right there. I see what you're trying to drive. I see what this nigga trying to drive the car to. Let me go. Let me check the GPS right quick. He can't possibly think he's going to. No, but it's just a good thing to be nowadays. As far as just this past week, they showed like how with ChatGPT they're releasing a new one. They talk about this one, and it would look at medical, it look at X-rays and doctor reports. Out of the test, the shit got like 8 out of 10 results right. Regular doctors only got 4 out of 10. And this is before they soup it up before we got like the technology we're headed for. So they said don't be surprised in the future. You're gonna probably need like almost like how you do like go. What's the chat that we type in right now? Everyone just do their own diagnostic bullshit. WebMD.
Yeah, WebMD.
I don't know how good WebMD is. It's probably not all good, but the shit we about to have now with ChatGPT and all this shit like that. Like I said, they said this shit's 8 out of 10. Right, while doctors only 4 out of 10, so it's already almost double what doctors already have.
Better than doctors,
exactly. So, and I was like, I'm glad we're gonna have this at the power of our palm. This out there, we're gonna have so much information because thanks after COVID, this that after too many people allowed the bureaucracies to tell you what was right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? They end up showing their cards.
Dang, that's gonna be the end of the world. That's how they're gonna end us.
Because once
you can replace a doctor, then that means you can start replacing wives, and you can start replacing children.
How so? Drive that. How do you make sense of that?
Then you can start replacing workers. Then you don't need niggas.
Exactly.
They're already planning on replacing workers. We got the robots. Already know that. That's where we're headed. They're already wanting to know what are we going to do as a society when people don't have to work.
So speaking of heading, heading to what were we heading?
I don't know.
You said it's where you said we're heading to something.
Oh, destruction, the end of the world. When the AI takes over.
Yeah. With that being said, a lot of people are saying this big beautiful bill that just passed in the Senate or passed into law. A lot of people are gonna die.
It's a big beautiful law now.
They always say shit like that.
Well, a lot of people are going to lose their health coverage, is what they're saying.
Yeah, and people die. People do die from it, though, in the long-term thing. Here's what happens is you'll die in the sense like the shit might be more expensive, so you'll put off getting it looked at, and by the time you get it looked at, the shit doesn't spread, shit like that. But it's not like you're going to die automatically because you ain't got no coverage, and the hospital's going to turn you away.
It's a slow death. It's not
a slow death. Yeah,
it's a slow death. You know, Trump is like, for the people. So if he's going to kill you, he's not going to just do it right in day.
But anytime you lose money, if the economy's slowing down, you're going to die. People are dying. Anytime the economy slows down, in that sense.
At what point in history did people not die?
Niggas die.
Niggas die every day, B.
Yeah, but it's not every day niggas pass a bill to kill 17 million people.
Here's the issue with people dying. I mean, people's gonna die, but it's the fact, why are we passing the bill? I was cool with them passing, you doing some shit, but it's the fact that the bill is giving the rich people tax cuts and shit like that. It's not even paying down the deficit. That's the whole issue with Trump and Elon split, because like, I done did the Doge department, got all this hate, got us enough money saved, and then within 1 year you're gonna blow up all the savings that I made us. It don't make any. You're like, what's the fucking point of all that? You're gonna pass a new budget that after year one or right back to insolvency. And then we're already cussing out Elon for all the cuts he made.
Well, if he's so good, he should have just came back next year and found some more money.
Well, him and Trump already fell out. So the thing is, you can't be cutting money and not looking for a way to make your payment. You know what I'm saying? So he's over here taking tax cuts from the rich, so the rich aren't paying as much. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do both. You're doing tax, he's not taking as much. So you got to offset, and he's cutting policies to kind of.
My taxes are going down. I'm not the rich.
That's what I'm saying. So it ain't that the rich. Other people also getting tax cuts as well. The rich are getting tax cuts. So he's doing that, but it's but he's also cutting policies down as well, or cutting down on some of the other places. You know what I'm saying? Across the board, he wants to say that's spending. But if you're not taking in as much income because you're not taxing the wealthy, you're not taxing as much people. You're doing tax cuts. So that's why the Democrats' argument was like, okay, then just tax the rich only and don't give us the rest of us the breaks. But really, we don't need to be bringing no one taxes down a little bit right now if y'all wanted to pay off the debt first. That's the reason that's what the
tariffs are for.
But either way, we over here.
The tariffs to pay off the debt.
That's his plan. Yeah, if that works, if the tariffs end up working, if things end up going back volatile, I mean, I really believe we might get a third Trump term. We always hear him joking about it, but I don't know how he's gonna do it. I don't know if he's just gonna break the law like he's been doing, what the fuck he want to do, or if JD's gonna run and Trump's gonna be like his vice president. That way, kind of like we kind of know, wink, wink, who's in charge type shit.
And Vance quit,
and then he gotta quit, but kind of like we know who's in charge type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all did it with Biden, we're gonna do it right here. Same type shit.
Vance might get knocked off.
It ain't knocked off. He could just be there and just
that ain't Trump style.
It ain't Trump style. You're very much
Trump need that title.
Trump need that title.
But like they started spraying at the stage, everybody died except for Trump.
They get up, put that fist up.
They put that fist up again. America,
we back in this bitch.
We back third time, nigga. We back again, this bitch.
The thing is, I don't have no faith in Trump as far as he's keeping his word, but outside of doing most of the tiny hats bidding, Trump hasn't, he's let me down some stuff as of late, though, especially with the whole FBI.
This whole Epstein thing?
The Epstein thing, no,
that shit's ridiculous. That's crazy. Right to our face.
I blame you voters.
First of all, tell the people what happened. The feds come out today. I came from my lunch break today. I'm just watching the news, and I see feds announce a statement saying that the Epstein list does not exist. Now that they're not releasing it, that shit don't even exist. Let's move on. That's what the lady on the news said. The lady on the news said the FBI wants the people to move on. I said, God damn, this shit's crazy.
That shit is so disrespectful.
And what can we do? All we can do is just move on.
I was like, what can we do about it? We can't do shit.
Nothing.
Just
like if Trump gets that third term, what you gonna do?
We're gonna have to just move on.
You got to do something as a whole. You don't have to. That's not an option. There's always an option to do more.
There's an option, but niggas ain't doing shit. We just
the Haitian in me just don't want to go for it.
Now you Haitian.
Yeah, the Haitian in me just don't want to go for it.
You see how it's convenient when you want to be a Haitian, when you want to be prideful about how we're revolutionaries.
Yeah, Nate, that's why the FBA can't accept you. You flip and flop.
You too fickle.
Tell them. I'm just saying the revolutionary in me ain't trying to go for it. I ain't with this. How we the ones paying these people to do a job? They're already lying to us. They're not doing what we do for us, and we're still paying them. The shit's kind of throat. If you're gonna lie, at least go about it the right way. You can't just lie to my face and expect me to just go with it. But
at least edit the list somehow, even if you faked it, because people fake shit all the time. They fake birth certificates apparently.
I think they could have
Shout out to
sacrificed
Obama.
at least one important person in the world.
It's so messed up that
And
they're not
just
willing to
put a bunch
none
of
of them.
other bullshit
No.
names.
They're
They
not
could
willing to sacrifice
one.
none of
I
them,
think
dog. That's what's so
either-
insulting.
Either there's some big tiny hats on that list, or some of the puppets that the tiny hats are controlling are on that list, and they can't afford them to get
It's
in,
all of
in
the
the smoke
above
right now. Yeah,
It's all the above, but there's no reason why at least a couple of them can't fall down. So all those kids just got molested for no reason.
no reason.
That shit is nuts, bro. It's a massive network. Over here, Epstein's out here talking about the most prolific pedophile in history.
That's how you get rid of. That's how you get rid of something before it ever even comes out. See, slavery is too late. It's out. We know.
You're like, yeah, we're gonna kill this shit from the
We
jump.
already we got Juneteenth right now, elaborating. So now every day when somebody says, "Yo, what's June 19th? What's Juneteenth?" Now we got to explain to them exactly what slavery is again every time. I love it.
we already got to cook it. We already got to.
Yeah, we already cooking. We're gonna extend this shit another 400 years. We don't never forget this shit.
Listen, that shit to me, I was like, but we grew up in a society that's like that. Like, we grew up, I grew up young watching 9/11 building hit, and then I remember years later watching the documentary Loose Change about how 9/11 was an inside job. Like, I don't know if that's true, and which was already crazy, talking about how the buildings didn't drop down too fast, that didn't make any sense. And then they showed Building 7, which didn't get hit by a plane at all, and that shit fucking flopped. So from that point on, I always thought from the get-go, nah, this shit's crazy.
Millennials are watching the lies unfold in front of our eyes. Everything
but
that
I've
we
been
see
watching
happen,
it my whole life.
We're finding out the truth.
I'm saying, but I've been seeing it, but people it wasn't mainstream. I thought this was
Nah,
now. I
you
didn't
didn't
see
know.
it.
You thought
How? The
9/11
9/11 thing was the 9/11.
Yeah, you know that now. When did you know it was fake?
Maybe like 3 years or
That
after.
nigga
There was a
say-
documentary that came
They
out called
gonna
Loose
say
Change.
9/12.
No,
The day after it,
I'm
dude.
part of it. I spoke to Jewish plug. You already told me that shit.
But there's people day one, they knew the shit was not.
Well, there's some people that knew from the jump that it was not.
Yeah.
The shit was not real. Of course they knew it was not real. That's what I'm telling you. Imagine the shit not being real. You were there. Imagine the people that was in New York. They're like, bro, I'm telling you, ain't no plane do that shit. They've been crazy since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have some people since 9/12.
People that's inside the building.
Yeah, be like, bro, this shit. There's people on camera talking about, bro, I heard a fucking bomb go off.
Yeah.
From that evening.
It wasn't no plane
We've
crash.
been calling crazy from the jump, but so fast forward, it's kind of crazy. Like I grew up watching government conspiracies happen in real time. I remember when George Bush stole the election, and I remember that was like kind of my thing for it. I was like, damn. And I remember we were fighting for it. They were suing. They were trying to go to courthouse. And I remember that motherfucker, sorry ass Al Gore, just talking about he just threw it in. He conceded. That shit made me so mad. That was the first time the Democrats broke my heart, dog.
Nate, why are you speaking to us like we weren't there?
Because you guys don't remember. Y'all not passionate about it. I used to be passionate about this politics shit. Oh, I knew
at that moment.
Back then, I was still gullible, but back then I was shocked that you can steal an election in America. My innocence was robbed from me that day. They told me this only happens in poor countries like Haiti. God damn it! I never thought that America. Yeah, Cuba. Geography. I never thought we stole elections in America. I used to thought what's the name. And then when the Republicans stole that shit, when George Bush stole it, that shit broke me. And I'm like, oh damn. Then I watched the fucking Michael Moore documentary, America: A Love Story about capitalism. Because as you're a young Democrat, you're half a socialist. You kind of want shit to be fair. Why these people got that? Try to look out there, but. Then as I got more,
You remember how Nate called you when he was so scared that Kamala was gonna steal the election?
Mm-hmm. It was a possibility. She might have.
Nate, you were terrified. You thought she had W.
Yeah,
I didn't know she was gonna win.
You thought they was gonna cheat to win.
I thought she was gonna cheat. Yeah, I thought it was gonna happen. I was like, bro, I don't think they're gonna allow Trump to win though.
What do you think? What do you think the narrative would be right now?
What
if she had won? If she had won, what would be going on right now? There would be
everything would be the same without the deportations. Probably
no. You'll walk outside and see
whole world on fire.
The fucking
what would be going on?
The diabolical shit going on. The whole you'll see drag queens at daycares. You'd have to drop your kid off to a drag queen
Yeah, you be
to
sharing
watch your
bathrooms.
kids while you go to
Your
work.
kids go to the bathroom, niggas with their balls out, purple hair, destroying. That's what be happening.
Ass cheeks all over the place, bro.
Damn, we dodged the bullet, huh?
Big bullet.
That shit's crazy. That's pretty. Hey, dude, dude's gonna be standing in the urinal with glitter, with peeing everywhere. Got glitter on all of his balls and shit all over his genitals.
Well, no, what you got now online now? Yeah,
that's pretty nuts.
And you would have to call her a her. After seeing the ball, after seeing the glitter on the balls, you would have to call her
excuse
a
me,
her.
ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like a napkin for those?
those are some pretty nuts.
Rounded labia. You're rounded. You're inflated labia. But yeah, I remember when I thought it was only the I thought it was only the Democrats that I thought it was only the Republicans that cheated.
So you almost experienced it twice.
No, that was the first one I remember.
No, the first one you experienced it because it happened.
Yeah, when they cheated, so then after that 9/11, so that was the second time I had. So I can tell you, so my first time I saw a tragedy was America stealing got robbed from election. That to me was a shocking conspiracy. Then I had 9/11 was the second one. Then I had what was another one that kind of shocked me? I remember finding out about fucking I might have found out about your boy late. I don't know if maybe I just didn't pay attention. Malcolm X and shit like real late. Like I might have found out about people like high school and some shit.
Oh, the fact that his murder was framed?
It wasn't even that it was framed. It wasn't the frame part. The frame part's even crazy. The fact that we already knew the shooter. That shit even got worse. That's another conspiracy that came out like last year.
Yeah,
and
that we know who the killer
fucking
is.
the shooter.
That nigga walking
Everyone
around
knew the
shaking
nigga.
everybody's hands.
The fact that they got to kill a man, go about rechange his life, meet presidential figures, live his life. It was just like an open secret in Chicago. That shit is nuts to me that we could get away with some shit like this in America. That shit is and the guy just gets to live his whole life right off the sunset and die of natural causes.
Like a third world country.
Like a third world fucking, like we in Haiti or some shit. It don't make no sense. So that was another very shocking thing recently. That was like last year or a couple years ago when that documentary came out. So as more and more things came out, as you start seeing some stuff through documentaries, then that kind of makes you half a conspiracy. Then there's some other ones, more recent one, the Biden son's tape. That one was a shocker.
Epstein's the most them.
Epstein was the shockiest one because this nigga had a 20-year run right there in Palm Beach, and that's our home. Like I've been locked up and prosecuted in Palm Beach. This nigga Epstein,
and they're saying that there's no list, that they don't have a list of. They don't know anybody who was in that mansion in that island. They don't know nobody. That there is no. Come on, that shit's crazy.
You just sit there and pimp girls right there in the heart of Palm Beach for 20 solid years. I like, and then you had girls listing other girls getting together. Like this shit is so thrown. How you get away with some shit like that in the world?
So now all the victims, what are they gonna say? They're gonna say that you telling them that this never happened.
They've already paid him out and all that. You know, his estate already. Whoever's on the tapes.
It's a different class, Nate.
Yeah. But no, that's what I thought. You know, even if it was a class, where you get off raping white girls.
That's why I'm telling you, it was a different class.
All different. Wasn't this nigga had a proclivity for just little white girls? That's one, and it wasn't only rich ones, like local girls from our school. It was from all classes.
Do you know anybody that was on Epstein Island?
Nah, I wish.
Any girls?
I wish I knew. I didn't even know it was a thing till the story came out. That's how powerful it was.
Yeah, that's where we're from. We're from the same place.
My wife knows a girl who was.
You might, because they're regular folks. You might know some people. That's how much hoes this nigga was getting.
How she know her? After they grew up together, she know her from being a child.
Not knows her personally, but knows of the girl who used to go to the island at the time.
Nobody has a direct connection to any of these thousands of girls.
So
but we're all from the Palm Beach.
So it didn't happen.
I'm saying it did happen. It's a different class. That's why we didn't even get to interact with that class growing up.
Yeah, it was probably kids from like maybe like Royal Palm area. If this like those schools.
Man, how he was doing it was all over Palm Beach County. They make no. That's why I'm like, it's like you think the man is selling dope. Like you think the shit was legal, the way he got his girls from all over the county. Like this shit don't make. That's how you know how much power he had. No one told on him, and when people told on him, he'd hire his detective to kind of like push them or not push them, to kind of press them or either take a cut or. The nigga was a fucking. It's crazy how much power he had for over 20 years down there. If you watch the Netflix documentary, like, and they over to think that was going on in Palm Beach. Meanwhile, they over here cooking the books to drop RICO charges on our dogs. I could not believe it. That was another. That shit blew my mind. They had to cook the books and make the top 6 niggas look they're the most killers and most worst niggas in the world, bro. Meanwhile, we got this nigga out here trafficking teenage white girls, trading them like Pokemon cards.
Same time.
The same fucking time for a longer time.
That's what I'm saying. He had when we was growing up, that's when he was already on his run.
He was still cooking. Yeah, that nigga was putting up LeBron. This nigga's the LeBron. Major crime right there in Palm Beach. Pedophiles. And when he finally gets caught, they give his ass fucking probation. And then he just ups and leave and goes to New York. You know, if he never left Palm Beach, he would have been good. They gave him like a 2-year probation for that pedophile shit right here in Palm Beach. You know what I'm saying? The prosecutor didn't even know going in. Prosecutor walking into court, this nigga walking out.
That nigga gave her a dap.
Judge said, "Oh yeah, we already sentenced him. No, he's good. We gave him probation." Prosecutor like, "What the fuck going on? This is some shit that you like." You would never think this would happen in America, bro. I've never. That's crazy. The type of power this guy has is some shit like this is the shit we've always lusted, but like we cannot believe this shit for real. Only for them to give us a fucking nothing burger.
So whether you're Republican or Democrat, how do you feel about hearing this news that the FBI is saying that there is no Epstein list? Because we know it don't matter what side of the lane you're on. You know that there was a list. You know this guy was doing something. You know he didn't kill himself. We know all this shit is all fake.
It just tells me everyone in power are pedophiles.
It's like it's very super or super corrupted or they got some shit on them, which is even crazier. Like, and why we got these motherfuckers in charge if we know they're being blackmailed?
Yeah,
it's like right. That puts us in a worse position. Like we got no choice but to fire y'all. Now y'all all compromised.
Because if all the people can see it, the people that are in charge, y'all just gonna take the FBI's word and say there was no list? And on both sides, we're just gonna be like, all right.
Furthermore, playing in our face.
Both sides are the same shit.
It's the same shit exactly.
Both of them was at the island.
Both of them are pedophiles.
It's not even and it's not like he even stopped with just the government. You talking about athletes? You talking about musicians? You talking about all classes throughout America? He compromised. This motherfucker is a beast, bro.
I gotta hear what Joe Rogan got to say about this.
Joe Rogan speaks on all this shit. Like
I didn't know what after.
The only thing we know is Rogan's not on the list because Rogan's one of the niggas that put that list out. But you talking about rappers that we know of? I think they've had Hove on that list, Bill Gates on that list. Now that list is crazy. Which to me, my excuse is like he probably would have fucked around and got me on that list. Because who's gonna turn down a visit?
Niggas.
Like, I got my own plane
to a mansion on an island.
Come swim by, creep.
Bitches.
Yeah, with 14-year-old baddies.
He don't stop. He didn't sell it like that.
Age. They just say we got some baddies there.
All you gotta say, I got an island, I got a plane. We're like, we kicking for the weekend. No passports needed. You flying
get there, and then you see the 14-year-old baddies. You're like,
now, but that's what I'm saying. Just showing the list doesn't do. Releasing the list doesn't necessarily mean you did a crime. But the fact that they're saying there's no list, like y'all wildin'.
That's crazy.
Release the fucking list and then let the people clear their name. Because some of those people actually did some shit.
Yeah.
Some of the people are there just because they happen to be wrong place, wrong time. But they acting like, oh no, we don't want to ruin some people's life. But they're like, this shit is how fucking convenient it is. We finally got y'all motherfuckers right in the act doing the shit that we always thought y'all did.
Can you imagine the amount of civil suits that would even come out as soon as that list came out?
Yeah, bro. Everybody would be trying to sue everybody on that list.
But what's
saying
crazy
they
is
was
the
part
list
of
is
it.
out, and they all just agreed. Yeah, we're just gonna act like
Yeah.
we're not gonna
don't even
confirm or
exist.
deny it. And matter of fact, in a couple months we're telling them it don't exist. And the fact we just go for it, that shit is crazy.
Nate,
We're not going for it, though.
Some things are just better left unknown.
This is unacceptable.
This is not one of them.
If this was Haiti, I'd say burn
This
this
is
shit
one of
down.
them.
So we got pedophiles living amongst us, and we don't need to know.
Running our country, passing our laws. That's
Hey.
what's worse. These are the people that's representing us. That is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just. It might be too much, bro.
Nah,
Pause.
man.
Too much.
Yeah, too much.
It might be too much, bro.
Who would hurt you the most if you found out they were on the list doing like some like pedo stuff?
Listen, there's no who hurt me, 'cause that list has everyone on that list. The Obamas, whoever could hurt me because it's already on that list. The
Fuck around. They might have
that would
Martin
hurt-
Luther
Beyonce,
King
that
on the
would hurt me.
list.
Nah, they couldn't get MLK like that.
They might put
Yeah,
MLK on the list.
He do like him some bunnies. I heard.
Yeah, so it's the fact that, and then like I said, what is the list comprised of? If the list don't mean nothing, what were you doing on the list? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes lists don't mean nothing. Look at the big cases they made on Diddy. As we could see when it came trial time, we thought we were going to see all sorts of shit during the Diddy trial.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't as gay as we thought it was going to be gay. And that's only because they didn't go as deep as they wanted to be gay. I'm sure if they were...
God damn.
In the sense, like, we wanted to be gay. Like, that's why we used to always make fun of Diddy. We're like, no Diddy, no that. He didn't really do no gay shit like that outside of his old lady rubbing
The semen, the
on his nipples, but
Yeah,
he's not
that-
injecting it.
I think that's for
That's kind of gay.
I think that's the furthest you can go. Actually,
Nah, that's not.
that's
gay,
the
Jace.
furthest you can go, bro.
That's the furthest you can go not be gay.
No,
Request-
I'm talking about that's
requesting-
the furthest you can go as a gay person.
No, that's not the furthest. The furthest you can go is
It's full
anal.
penetration. Yeah.
That's the furthest you can go.
Exactly.
No,
the fact that he
you know
didn't do
what?
anything with the guys.
You know what? The just because it's not physical, how gay you would have to be in your brain to just
That's
get
Ruby.
off
Maybe, I don't know.
by
That's
another
Ruby.
man's semen being rubbed on your body,
He
bro.
probably like the taste.
Bro.
He probably like the texture. It's
Now you
Ruby.
understand when I say swerve. That's probably the gayest shit you can be because it's not
I think
even.
you overdoing it.
It's
No, that's not the gay. Well, because listen,
Yeah, because you
there's-
can go full penetration. Yeah, you
Bro,
can
that's-
that's the gayest.
Yeah.
That's the
the
gayest. because-
mental is
acting
always
the gayest.
deeper than the physical.
Listen,
Juno
requesting.
hates all of the mental mind. Well, then give that nigga props for being able to
You
control,
know how
control
deep-
his physical. Then.
You know how deep
Listen,
gay has to be in your brain for you to request that act?
But you know how strong your will got to be for you to stop the act? To stop
Say-
the actual act?
say you, Nate, and then some chick is having a three-way, and then Nate busts quick, and then some of it gets on your leg. You didn't request it. That's not gay.
Yeah.
But now, if you're asking for Nate to come and bring you his semen and rub it on your nipples, that's gay. You see the difference?
if it's Nate specifically,
That
for sure.
that first
Because
story
if
you
it's a
said,
girl-
that first story you said,
uh-huh.
it'll just be Juno caught a murder charge. It ain't even. We're not even gonna know what happened. It's just gonna be Juno caught a murder charge.
You gotta
man
know.
came here, killed the guy and a girl. He must have. It must have been like a murder suicide type thing. We don't know what happened.
Exactly, bro. That story's not getting out. Swear.
What I'm saying is, she be like, yeah, I can't have that. I can't have this coming out, my guy. You gotta die. What I'm saying is, with the Diddy thing is, we thought it was gonna be way gayer than that, and it ended up being like almost being a nothing burger as well. What I'm saying is, the women that was willing to throw themselves on the line, thinking they was gonna get a conviction, they out here just. Matter of fact, we might as well segue to the Diddy case.
Oh,
These
we
are those
didn't know
ladies-
I thought it was deep
I
in the
thought we
Diddy
already
case.
did.
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah, no Diddy, right? Well, Diddy out here beating his case, beating the RICO charge this past week, and he got convicted of what two smaller crimes,
Trafficking,
basically
It's,
trafficking,
it's transporting
women for sex and prostitution, basically.
Yeah.
So he might get something as little as time
yeah,
served,
sex
or-
crimes.
Yeah, 2 sex
Nothing
crimes.
violent.
Yeah,
No
he beat the
RICO.
RICO charge. So these girls basically made a fool of themselves. Your boy basically took snitch for no reason. Who went out there? Only nigga
Cuddy?
come out there. Yeah, Kid Cudi out there basically snitched for no damn reason.
That's not snitching though. Nigga tried to burn down his car. Nigga blew up his car.
If I'm Diddy, first thing I'm doing, I'm slapping
You
a couple
call that
niggas.
snitching?
Y'all
You call
niggas
that
got a couple
snitching, though?
jokes off. I mean, if he'd ever try pressing charges, to me it's snitching. Because trying to get him now when this
Yeah, taking a stand is definitely snitching. If you wasn't a law-abiding citizen when that nigga blew up your truck,
yeah, why not? Yeah,
don't show up 10 years later talking about you a victim, nigga.
Yeah, so
You was just part of the action.
No, it's time to get some money now. I'm trying to get some money. That don't mean I wasn't a victim.
but he's not even trying to get some money. He's just trying to put the man in jail.
Oh,
He ain't
okay.
trying to
I thought
sue
you-
him.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
like,
he was-
come on, man.
I thought
I'm
he
like,
was
let
part
them-
of the-
let them-
That's
like,
some
let
bitch
them-
nigga shit.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you just trying to lock him up for
let
the.
them- yeah,
That
let them
nigga
niggas
really
do
scared for his life, huh?
Yeah, let them niggas do their job, Cuddy. Now you got to be scared for your life because when I get
Nah,
out,
he
it's
must
pressure.
have really been scared for his life. He thought we was gonna lock this nigga up for life.
Yeah, exactly. It's pressure.
Nah, he gonna be out in like in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, if I'm Diddy, a lot of niggas are making jokes. Shit ain't about to be as funny anymore. A lot of niggas gonna be slapped up out here.
You know what I
Diddy
realized?
like that.
What I realized the other day? That nigga Diddy is beyond hostile to his enemy, right?
You mean hostile? What do you mean?
You know how proud 50 Cent is of his son?
Oh yeah.
That second son, the little mulatto one?
Yeah.
50 Cent loved that kid.
Okay.
For Diddy to know 50 Cent been hating on him and he don't say a word, he go take that lady and smut her out, bro.
And never said nothing.
Never said a word, mudding her out, bro.
That's real player shit right there. You ain't gotta. It don't gotta
Listen,
be.
that's the thing I like about Diddy is like we grew up in the South, so we were kind of programmed to hate on Diddy because we listened to that we're
Not
kind
me.
of indoctrinated by maybe Lantana, but like we're indoctrinated very much by West Coast, by Tupac. So niggas really thought Diddy was soft. We did kind of believe like that nigga was on that dancey shit. He hung around gangs. We thought he was just an executive. Then we heard about Fredo, but the math never made sense for the nigga being in the game this long. Niggas that were real thugs and shit that complained that he'd take their money or not pay them like the Locks, but they'll never do nothing to him.
Listen,
Diddy. And then when you start getting these stories around New York, hold on.
that
like
nigga was a
Everyone that goes
different
against
beast,
him,
bro.
falling down, he keeps going that. But meanwhile, you saw the cameras on, that nigga's dancing. Take that. He never put out the gangster aura, though. He never put it out for the white public. So it's always talk in the background, which to me is perfect.
It's like when I watch these Italian mob movies.
Exactly.
And there's a bunch of old guys. I'm like, how in the hell y'all letting these old
Yeah.
niggas run this whole city?
Listen, you
And they
feel like
walking
that.
around with baseball bats and golf clubs. I'm like, get these niggas out of here.
You feel like that. You gotta see what I'm on Instagram and I'm looking at the tiny hats like, how they let these motherfuckers rule the world? What is going on?
Listen, I'm gonna give
Power
it.
don't have no face though. I don't care how it looks like.
I'm gonna give it 20 years. They're gonna make a documentary or something like that of how Diddy was the gangsterest person in hip hop.
Yeah, niggas were out here ransacking. This shit is crazy. And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
can
but the
see
whole
it.
time we believe in like, but it's hip hop's political too because it's all about your street team. You know what I'm saying? If you have a
Swerve, you
couple
don't know
throws,
what that
like, you
nigga
do-
did
you
to
throw it
50
around.
Cent baby mama, bro.
And,
But here's the thing.
and he was gonna keep us quiet the whole time. If this never got out, she would still be getting paid. She still is getting paid.
And didn't say a word, bro.
She's still on the books.
That bitch went on court. She tried to put this nigga away. It's nuts.
While
Does
she's still
50
getting paid.
know? Yeah, while still getting paid. The audacity. 10 grand a month and you in court talking against me. She know it's up now that my dog out. When my dog out. And my thing is, I don't. Was this a 50 play? Well, 50 like, listen, we're gonna put that nigga in jail. We're gonna line this all up, and I'm gonna make you get a lawsuit at the end. We're gonna settle this.
Nah, it wasn't no 50 play, bro. 50 is devastated by Jane Doe being his baby
Yeah.
mama, bro.
Yeah.
The only thing I can give 50 is props for is that I think he knew already because he was making fun of her as soon as he found out. Remember Jane Doe, that same baby mom when he was airing her out when 50 first got
Yeah,
when
50 knew.
50 knew because when he
But
was airing
50,
her out when she first
50 thought 50 didn't know it was to this extent.
Yeah, exactly.
50
That's
thought
the
it
point.
was just he busting her
This
down.
nigga busting my bitch.
Oh.
I said, I didn't realize he taking on. I didn't realize he was making it a movie.
Well,
This nigga making a production.
you know, he got different money, so you might think, oh yeah, rapper got my girl, he's just busting her down. This
He's
is
a
Diddy.
mogul like I'm a mogul. So it's not
Nah.
like it's, you talking about rapper. 50 is not no just rapper.
Diddy's money is not is double what 50's money is.
True, but it's up there. At a certain point,
It's
you
a
only gonna
different
spend
class,
so much.
Nate. It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
different
different
class.
class.
Nick,
Diddy's billionaire, but it ain't like 50. 50's fucking what production money, credit card, shit like that. You studio credit. It's same. It ain't.
It don't matter where he's getting his money
Nate,
from.
Diddy-
Diddy got more money.
listen, 50 Cent is still in a violent class.
What do you mean? You disrespecting 50?
No, I'm saying 50 will take it to violence. That's
Yeah,
he's
but
in
that's
that
the
class.
type of nigga he's
50.
but
I mean,
that's just-
Puff is so far.
But listen-
That nigga kills you. Takes your
Yeah.
baby mama and
has you get
smother
killed.
out and don't say a word about smothering her out. That shit came out. That
He
shit
has a
came out
different
through the
level of power.
feds.
He gonna do his shit. He's getting off for different reasons. What's crazy? He's watching her get smothered. He probably got 50 others like, yeah. He over in the cut living his best life.
Beating his meat while she
Beating
gets
his-
smothered out.
While he's taking a 50.
He probably got a
Talking crazy
poster.
on the
He probably
grandma.
got a poster of 50 in the room.
With a 50 Cent playlist in the background, bro.
Many men
Yeah.
have upon me.
Yeah, take that, girl.
Hey,
Hey, pause goes on. Give it 2 dicks this time.
What I'm destined to be.
Take that.
Niggas try to take my life away.
Oh yeah. You know what? That's throw. The only thing I get 50 props for is 50 don't back down from anybody. And
You don't got to back down for us to know that you lost.
sometimes you take a loss, but the fact he takes on all comers and he's not pause and he don't run from no one.
All comers is crazy.
Everyone's always played Puff like he's nice. He's too powerful. When he got locked up, that's when niggas started throwing the jokes. 50 never let up. 50 always was, what I'm saying? Nah, that nigga been weird, always on his top pause. So it's 50 never not pretended like he was cool with Puff. He from the jump, he felt that way. Sometimes he does the same shit about Jay-Z. They're like, man, it's like almost like these niggas is not bigger than us. They pretend that they bigger than us, like they too good to play the game, but that's part of the order.
Nah, Puff show did 50 he's bigger than him, pause.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, yeah, there's levels. There's levels.
Yeah, there's levels because Tupac was like, "Yeah, I fuck your bitch," but this is a different level. This is a whole nother level
Yeah, I'm tricking off 10 bands of thing on your girl.
on a payroll. This is not just
she on payroll, and I'm talking to her crazy. Hey, baby, you hear that? You're that message. Like, I don't know what you think this is, but you ain't picking up, and I can't have it like that, man. It can't be like that every time you come around. Like, this shit is crazy. But that's how you gotta talk to a motherfucker. He's talking a lot more polite than I would. That I'm paying for someone I'm paying 10 grand a month.
yeah.
I'm paying 10 grand. You hearing some slurs? You getting called some shit? If you ain't acting right. But
Putting nigga baby mama on payroll and smuttering her out to the world is crazy. 50 can't say much, bro.
the fact that my dog has a harem is so fucking. It is kind of dope though.
The fact that
He
he
living
wasn't
a life
getting-
like a full. He's living a life
fact
like
that
a
he-
full savage. But you know what I'm saying? Like he's wilding, doing a little extra, bringing in all the all the extra help and such. All the time. But maybe even if it was a once in a quarterly freak off or once a year, this nigga
fact
doing this. This nigga living hectic.
the fact that he has his ops baby mama on the payroll and he wasn't gonna tell him.
Yeah. And
He
she
wasn't
just-
gonna. He
she
who
just
knows
don't
how
line
long
up.
who knows how long he would have let this rock.
Bro, I'm telling you, different class, bro.
I know Young Miami out here. She kind of did like she put out a tweet when he beat the Chargers. So maybe she luckily she
She's
she's
gonna try to hit that 180.
Back.
Go
She's
back
gonna-
to
yeah,
the
she's
team.
gonna
She
right
ain't
back.
talk crazy.
Yeah, right back.
She's
Right
smart
back.
move. As she should. She's
still
she
safe,
didn't talk
I think.
crazy. She didn't nothing about that, and she was line up. She gonna get that bread. The rest out here that was on payroll when she used to talk crazy to the girls online when they used to beef with her, and she was like, people like she like these other girls are just on payroll. I know what's up, and she wasn't wrong. As the manuscript showed, these girls out here was hating on her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she gonna go collect them 10.
Yeah, go collect her check. The
Go
rest
collect
fall
your
back
10 a
online.
month, Young Miami. Do your thing, sis.
10 a month is really not.
Untaxed?
Not much.
Free bands.
Untaxed?
That
Free
was
bands. Untaxed.
that wasn't everyone's rate. That was what's name's rate. That
That's
was
just-
the 50s,
so that's just-
50s girls one. Young Miami, he was spending way more than that on her. He had no cap on her. So remember, he was going out going shopping, shit like that. So that's why they hit on different ones at different packages, I guess.
Yeah, so 50's baby mama, that was light package.
Light package. She put her in an apartment that she talking about she couldn't even furnish. You know, he's still paying for her fucking nuts.
10K, that's not even 4 bars for Diddy.
How you get 10K a month and can't furnish
Your
something?
apartment, though. It's just nuts.
How much like a Chanel bag costs?
I can't
don't
tell
know.
you.
This depends on the price range. You get out. You get them. You get as much as for 10K. Why?
For a 10? All right.
10K a month though. You don't have to be living like I don't understand. I can't furnish your apartment. Where do you live? Where you living at? You get to somewhere $2,000-$3,000 a month. You still have $7,000 in your pocket. Don't make any sense.
And Nate, it's monthly.
And it's monthly. She got it.
Nigga, buy a table this month. Buy a table sofa next month.
It don't make
10 racks,
exactly.
spend 1 month and you get the furnish your
She
whole
is
house.
fucking her money up every month and talking about she ain't got no furniture. This shit is insane. And acting like she's forced to this lifestyle.
You think some people really don't know how to live like a regular, what we call like a regular lifestyle?
Do I think it's women don't respect money? Women live. There's
No,
women
I'm
out here
saying,
that-
I know that some of them can't, but I'm saying, do you think it's like a mental issue? Do they really cannot live off of like a regular basic salary?
I don't know if they cannot, but I think some people live on just consumption. Some people, whatever they have, if they have access to it, they'll use it all up. So that means some people can't, like they might be impulsive. So if they might have $150 only, and they see something that costs $149, and they have a whole month, that's on all the money they have for the month. They're like, fuck it, they're gonna buy this. They're just gonna make it work. They just look at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
So what if, say if this same person knew that there wasn't going to be any more money coming in,
That's not how they treat money. They don't treat money on
they only have
they
$1
don't
million.
even
They only
know-
have $1 million left. Are they going to run up that whole million and then?
Yeah. And
once that
and then
million's gone, then what happens?
We worry
Listen,
about that.
when you're getting fast money, that shit is really fast money.
But there's also another way we'll worry about that when we get there. Like at one point, also when you get money fast, there's also a point where you realize that money isn't real.
You don't think about it anymore when you
don't even think about it, and it's like it's a lifestyle. It's just been coming and going. Money almost isn't real.
People never think about the money stopping when you live in that fast life.
Exactly.
Fast
It tricks you, though. It tricks you. Yeah, it tricks you. It lullabies you crazy. Life don't make sense anymore. With that money coming through, that's why in the past you always look back in retrospect, man, I fucked that bag up on some shit.
Just like you'll hear someone made $16 million off of scamming.
Yeah.
And when they get caught, they don't have shit.
Exactly. Same shit.
It's because they thought that scamming was gonna work forever,
or at least 2 more times.
Yeah,
there's
that same
scammer, a little bit more go.
That same scammer, now that he doesn't have the money coming in like he used to, he knows how to live a regular life, right?
No,
he knows how to live based off of.
Yeah, everything's relative.
Swerve,
you come back to earth now.
Listen, Swerve, they run it up so much. The next life is jail.
But he's just saying, yeah. So that's another part of it, yeah.
Because they think it's never gonna end.
They have to try to run it up again. If you lose it all, they have to try to get back up again.
If you don't think it's ever gonna end, you just gonna continue to do it forever.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you get trouble, you go to jail, you lose all your money, you get out and you do it all over again.
Most of the times, there ain't no getting out, bro.
No, what's that famous IG dude that just got out of jail?
There's 2 ways of looking at it, because there's those that were like, I get it, that I'm not. You thinking that each time, that's a way of almost thinking like as if you. It's like you think that criminal. That's how it kind of shows you that crime. The time is not a deterrent. You know what I'm saying, when you do a crime, sometimes they hope that you learn and you don't go back and do it again by the time you do it. But when you're doing the crime, you don't take in like, damn, this crime's worth 20 years. Damn, this crime's worth 10 years. You're like, fuck, you just hope you don't get caught. You don't even factor in the time. Each time you go back to doing that crime again, you're not factoring the time. You're just hoping that, damn, I hope I don't. You're trying not to get caught. The time is a whole nother aspect of it.
Yeah, especially if the crime you're doing involves getting money.
Yeah, it's almost like the money overrides it because the time is never the same equivalent. You know what I'm saying? So you could always do like almost any crime could be, especially now, could be heightened to a lot of time. You could go
What
sell
if you
dope for
don't?
the first time.
What if you don't get away with the money?
That's the issue. That's the trade off. That's the gamble.
You don't get the money, and you're doing the time now.
You almost, I guess, people ought to be lucky you don't really just think about the money because if you really thought about the money, you're gonna do time regardless. You kind of did like the factor of time money. You probably go do the most heinous crimes first because if it's the same amount of time, you might run up in a bank.
Why would I do the most heinous?
Not the heinous, but you might decide to run up in a bank or knock an old lady over. Shit, that's easier to do.
Yeah, the easier stuff. Yeah.
That's gonna make a lot of money.
You might go to Epstein Island. You see?
Yeah.
So you don't factor
Shit,
it in.
Depending on the class you in, bro, you might end up at Epstein Island.
The time is the time.
Do you ever watch crime movies and I'll watch crime movies and be like, sometimes I'll tell myself, man, if I almost wish like I grew up in that era. But it's only the 80s though. Like when I watch trapping movies in the 80s, like cocaine cowboys, or just about 10 years before I was born.
Well, if you go to like a third world country, that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So maybe I ain't got it in me as much.
Fake having dreams, swear.
Yeah, maybe I got it in me as much as I believe. Yeah,
there's no like just like in the old west, there's no police. You go out there, you get a couple of dudes, y'all want to start your own gang, y'all run shit.
You might be right. They might be right. I didn't think about it like that, but in my dreams, I like. I'm like my body is like, man, in the 80s, man, this shit was wide open. You do a couple of traps out here, you could be good set for good. Niggas was making millions back then. You know what I mean?
You just gotta go to a country, find a bridge somewhere, post up on that bridge, and say that this bridge is mine. Anybody that come through this bridge, y'all gotta pay a tax.
Well, that's just how society really works. It just depends what level of violence you're willing to take things, and how far you're willing to go to a law with it. In poor countries that are wide open, you can. Yeah, that is how it operates.
Yeah, I know. I know. We was talking about Diddy, right?
No Diddy.
Go off.
We're not saying no Diddy no more. Are we cool? Are we gonna chill on my guy now?
We know Diddy was just having a good time.
I'm still.
We can't be that hard on him, pause.
I'm still having hopes for R. Kelly.
R. Kelly's done so. Maybe Trump might give him a pardon before he get out or some shit. Why is R. Kelly in jail if Epstein's out? No, he ain't got no one.
Epstein's dead.
Not Epstein, but
with the 2 charges he got found guilty of, beating the major charges, they still denied him bail.
Yeah, which is some bullshit.
He has to sit in there until sentencing, and I believe if he's over sentenced, he'll probably get a pardon.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like a reasonable sentence,
like 9 months, 6 months,
they'll.
He's already been there. What, a year now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, which is crazy. Whoever he went up against, what I believe, I think this is that company Diageo or whatever, and that company owed them like $2 billion. So I don't know if he had settled before that or if he's gonna go after it. But now that it suits up, nigga, my dog come for that bread. I've been watching. Diddy's another motherfucker I've been watching my whole life win. Every few years, they try to knock this nigga off, and like I said, he always comes back, dog. And I said this in the beginning of this trial shit, and look at it here. How long it's been? 2 years later, only for this to be the outcome. Diddy is the proven one.
I believe he has the personality to regain his popularity back.
They ain't gone. That shit's practically there.
I'm talking about.
You gotta once you start.
This was a big hit on his image.
It is a big hit, but once you start showing why what's the reason they came after it, he's good. He's not Russell. Russell's against the ropes. Diddy is halfway. He picked the right now. We're in a society that's kind of rooting for the bad guy, or the bad guy's kind of winning at the same time. Like Trump out here winning. You see powerful men are being made example of through lawfare, and they coming back and winning and refixing their case around. So I think Diddy should be all right.
But further news: Cassidy is being sued by one of the freak off people.
Cassie, you mean Cassie?
He said Cassidy. I was like, damn, Cassidy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
The rapper?
Cassie.
Yeah, one of the gentlemen from the freak offs is suing her because she had time has made him do unprotected sex without him knowing.
Oh yeah.
Gave
Had
her-
sex
she
while she was
flew-
on her menstrual cycle.
Yeah, she flew him out. Had an abortion without telling him. All
And
sorts of
listen,
shit. So
he wanted to file the charges earlier, but his lawyer told him not to do it because it's gonna make the prosecution's case weak in this. Like,
so even his lawyer knew it was going to be the case.
Trying to help Cassie's team out.
yeah, trying to help the prosecution. And this is like a random lawyer that he was gonna use to like sue, and they was like, "No, you can't. Don't do it. You can't. Don't do it right now." Blah blah blah. So that's why it took so long for it to come out. It came out after the trial because it seemed like it was a whole fucking system designed to help the prosecution,
and they still lost.
and they still lost.
Yeah.
Puff don't spend a fortune. No, that's probably like a $50 million case. You know what I'm saying? Especially because who he is.
That's
freedom is worth it all, bro.
Yeah, that's about how much money you got to spend to beat a RICO charge.
50, not 50
About 50
million, but
about 50.
Is that much? How much?
Who
else did Rico charge,
Young Thug
Yeah,
didn't spend no 50.
it's all relative to Young Thug didn't have as much. 50. I mean, Puff had like 7 lawyers. So you were saying when you go on with that much, it's a different beast.
And it's New York.
Yeah, so you're covering all different grounds. But if you're worth $1 billion, what's it? It's worth it.
That's what I'm saying, nigga. If I'm a billionaire, I would spend my $1 billion on my freedom.
The whole $billion?
The whole $1
If you
billion.
don't have
nigga.
$1 billion? Yeah, of
What are you
course.
gonna do for it? Yeah, especially if you got it.
How long though?
You might not make the whole $1 billion, but at that level,
If they said you're gonna go to jail 5 years, but you could keep your $1 billion.
I could sit down for
I
5.
could sit down
Yeah,
for 5.
sit down for the 5.
But,
All right.
but when they come for these
But I'm
niggas,
get out your way,
they
but I'm
don't
get out
come
your
with
way.
little 5-year charges.
What about 20? 20, you gonna pay the $1 billion?
And with the RICO, they usually come for all the money. That's the issue.
They come for all the money
That's the trade-off.
and give you like 48 years.
Yeah.
For the
And you
20
60.
years. For 20 years, sitting down for 20 years, would you give them the $1 billion?
Yeah, 20 years is a long time, bro. I'm giving up the $1 billion for 20
The
years.
most they could get out of me is 5 for the bill.
So they say 6, you'd be like, nah, you can have this bill. I need my freedom.
Like that's so bad. Like we're saying,
Nah, 6 don't sound right. 10, I could do 10 for keep my bill.
10 years?
I got kids though.
Well, I'm gonna stay at my age right
sounds
now.
like-
Nah, at my age right now, 40, 39.
That's even worse.
I'll come out at
At my
49
age,
and
40, do a solid dub, come out at 50.
yeah, and then have
Fuck
$1
that.
billion, or you just have your freedom now, but you
I
broke.
need
You
my
zero.
wealth now.
You're
I'm
at
working
zero.
on my health right now. I need cash
You're
right
at
now. I can't see me doing 10 behind the wall.
Hey, tell me how in the wall you come out healthy, knowing you got a bill waiting for you on the other side.
That nigga said healthy.
You just-
Nigga, we know niggas that come out of jail and go straight to fucking
that's the
dialysis.
trade-off. A lot of them die
Yeah,
right
they're
after they
not-
get out. A lot of our
They're
friends
not doing
die.
it right. They're not doing it right.
I don't know what they're doing inside there, but that's the real cheat on life is the fact that you missed out on life all those years only for you to come out and only get like a couple years out here and die. That life really cheated you.
You could come
That's
out
when
looking.
prison matters the most. We've had friends that done time, got out, and now they're just regular standards.
Were they
society.
lazy in jail? Did they wake up and just go sit in the yard all day, or did they go
didn't.
lift weights? Did they run? Did they play
Here's the thing.
ball?
We had people that have been going in and out of justice when we were younger. Back in the days, niggas would come in, do a 3-year, and come out and be fine. Do another 2-year, come out and be fine. Now, I guess as we're getting older, maybe all that eating that food for however long, now niggas is going to jail, do their 5 years, come out, and then you hear within a year, 2 years, this nigga have like a health condition or they'll die.
Mhm.
So that shit, they ain't aging how they supposed to be. Maybe they're not as active in there. Maybe they're too active. I can't tell. I don't know. Maybe
Ain't
it's
no
life.
too active. Nah, I ain't no too active.
Maybe it's life,
because the
dog.
niggas that's in there, bitch, getting active when they come out, they come out 6-packed up, looking like Drizzy.
Yeah, they're usually not those guys. It's true. Yeah, they're usually not those guys. but
Those are not your friends that are coming out of jail.
They're not coming up 6-packed out, sure, but they're not coming out like super out of shape. which is
Swerve,
kinda
they
crazy.
coming out with diabetes. Don't listen
Yeah,
to
they
me.
coming out health conditions. But I'm talking about they don't be like fat or out of shape. That's what I'm trying to think. But they do be having health conditions. Some of them have them since they're in there.
I'm just saying.
But here's the thing:
I haven't done a
the
lot of
time
time
they're in
in
there,
jail,
they're doing drugs too, though.
Yeah, see, that's the wrong. You need to
exactly.
You have to have a different mindset because there's a lot of people that go in jail. They start reading books. They start going to church.
These niggas ain't doing that.
Yeah, see, they the other niggas.
Yeah, they're the other niggas. So if they were doing that, that's different. Yeah, because a lot of the people in jail, like they said, there's like 75-80% of the population does drugs in there.
You have to, bro. That shit, jail's inhumane, bro.
So you have to do that. You have to be high up in that bit.
We might as well just build a country or select a country and just build a big fucking wall around that shit. And all the people in the
call
jails,
it Mexico.
That's where you go.
And call it Mexico.
Here's the thing that I always thought, like, just throw all the unhabitable people all in one place. The thing is, they just start beating on each other and have their own rules all over again. That'd just be another dictatorship, no time.
That's why you have to put the wall. And once the noise stop, we know it's good. Everybody dead in there.
Yeah, they didn't kill everybody.
If them niggas organize and get out from that wall,
nah, it would just take
trouble. Yeah,
it would just take a couple of strong dudes.
One group of killers that control the other killers. Now you going up a different team.
Yeah, they ever break through that wall, it's a wrap for everybody.
The next neighboring spot, it's over with.
All right, what else we got in hip hop? Or anything, really?
Let me see. Yeah, I might as well go into sports.
Shit, what's been happening in sports? We talked about KD last week, right? Went to the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, there's been a lot of big trades in the NBA of recent. I saw something pop up today. Boss.
I see something pop up today.
But there's a lot of trades. Like KD's trades was like a 7-team trade, and that shit just got wrapped up. Who else got traded, Swerve? You was just excited about somebody going to the Heat.
Oh, what's his face went back to the? I don't know if y'all know Bruce Brown on the team with Joker and them that won the championship. He's going back.
He's back in Denver.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball is going to. Where's he going? He's going to Cleveland. The fucking Spurs got Luke Cornett. I don't know if you know him. Big, tall, white dude that played for the Celtics. He was like their backup center, but he's still pretty good. He's going to San Antonio.
Didn't Porzingis get traded?
Porzingis, yeah, he did get traded. Where is he going to? I forgot where he's going to.
Drew Holiday got traded. A whole bunch of people got traded, bro. There's been a lot of movement in the NBA of recent.
Yeah, Shea got a fucking huge ass deal. Biggest deal of NBA history.
Yeah, I think he got like 5 years, $285 million.
Yeah, something like that.
Some crazy shit, bro.
Nigga making $2.45 every second.
They're gonna do some type of bag in the NBA.
I guarantee that nigga was on the island.
Who you talking about?
What's his name? SGA?
SGA? Nah, that SGA wasn't on no island, cuz. If he would have never got busted, I guarantee he would have been on that island. Just like James Harden be at them all white parties with a little baby in them. Who knows what be happening at them all white parties?
Yeah.
All white parties, no females allowed. Who does this?
They say no females allowed?
Yeah, that all white party that what's his name? Michael Rubin?
There's no women at those all white parties?
There's no women at the parties.
Oh,
it's Tom Brady, little baby, James Harden,
them niggas
Rubin. Them niggas just out there. Ain't women allowed.
It's a different island? Where's that?
Guys only. We outside.
That's gay.
What are they doing? This
for the fellas. This is
I don't believe that,
Swerve.
Listen, there's some stuff that's for the fellas, though. I don't want to say that.
This is for the fellas. Ain't no bitches around us right now.
There's some stuff that's for the fellas. I understand that because we can't act like only time we get together it's got to be a woman.
No, Nate, it's a party.
Yeah, niggas is
But
gay.
what are you saying? It's a party. What are you
Niggas
doing?
gay.
Is it like a hangout? Like we just chilling? We just drinking beers? Is that
It don't matter if it's
Everything is more fun when there's females around.
this
It don't
is
matter
true,
what it is.
But is there some? There's also nothing wrong. But like, let's just do something for the fellas. That's
There's
not.
nothing
I'm
wrong
gonna
with
give
it.
you
There's nothing wrong
four.
with that.
4, bro.
For what?
4 niggas getting together. If it's more than 4,
Oh,
no
we need
women.
Yeah, you absolutely
shit,
right.
shit might be
You're
gay,
absolutely
bro.
right. Yeah, if it's more than 4, they're like,
You talking
All
about
right.
like 20 niggas, no
Yeah.
bitches?
And this
If we doing
nigga
an
inviting
orgy, just call it an
hundreds
orgy,
of
guys.
hundreds
let's
of
just
men,
call it- Let's just call it that.
hundreds of
We ain't
men,
gotta-
and you say no women allowed?
they got yeah.
Yeah, this
That's
is a
gay.
sausage fest.
Exactly. We
That's
going.
what-
We,
they got
we
a name
going,
for that.
We going Greek, huh? That's it.
I gotta fact check you on that, Swerve, because I don't know if that's a real.
Yeah, I can't lie. You
thing.
put that on Ruben's jacket.
But if that's the case, because I don't recall seeing women in the photos that I've seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
That was
if they say
definitely
no women
women's-
allowed,
That'd
them
be
niggas
so
is
thrown.
gay.
It don't make no
What you
sense.
mean? What you mean?
Because Meek Mill went to a lot of those parties. Like
Yeah.
you work hard for this bullshit. You just rather put on your
He was already used to the Diddy parties, all white parties. So now Michael Rubin throwing an all white party. That's nothing. This is light work.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, I might need to fact check that.
yeah. So Chris Paul says he's retiring.
Yeah, what that mean? You think he's gonna get a farewell tour? Everybody's gonna do like little videos and shit for him.
He's gonna play this last season or this
I
coming
think
up
he's gonna
season.
play. Yeah, this last season's gonna be his last season. He
Oh,
said, yeah,
I think Chris Paul will get a farewell tour.
yeah, he's definitely like in our era, in the era of basketball, he was the greatest point guard in the era of basketball. From like the 2000s to like the 2020s,
Yeah, I could.
he's
give
the
him
best
that.
point guard.
Yeah, I could give him that.
There's been some other, yeah, he was the best. Yeah, he was the best point guard.
He's
in
gonna
that-
have
in
a
that time.
farewell tour, but it's not gonna be a Kobe farewell tour. Kobe had the farewell tour.
Yeah, because Kobe got fans all over the world, all over the country.
Yeah, I remember
Chris
Chris Paul's farewell tour.
Who you talk? Chris Paul? You talk Paul Pierce?
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce. Said, they don't love you like that. Yeah, that shit was
That
crazy.
shit was wild, bro.
Draymond's very disrespectful.
Who he said that to?
He said that to Paul Pierce.
Paul
He was
Pierce.
talking trash to Paul Pierce one day, and then he started screaming to him. He said, "They don't love you like that. You thought they was gonna get you a farewell tour, nigga? You ain't Kobe."
Yeah, bro. That was mean spirited, bro.
It's crazy because Draymond's
got a fucking mouth on him, but so do Paul Pierce.
exactly. Draymond's so trash, but it's like the nigga got 4 rings. What are you gonna say to him?
He's not. Yeah, he talks, but he's with a. Here's the thing: is I know but he did it with his team, and they got one without. Yeah, so there's that.
And they all tell you they can't get there without Draymond
And
Green.
yeah, when he doesn't play, they do suffer without him. So he does show up on the stats. He's an
is
enforcer.
what makes that team go.
Yeah, he's an enforcer. He's like a cool Rodman. If Rodman, Rodman was wacky. If Rodman was wacky, Rodman, he's like that. So
Can't win without him.
yeah,
Just like
win. Yeah,
just like
something
Jordan
about
probably
him.
wouldn't have won without Rodman,
No, he wouldn't win without Pippen
without Pippen.
Yeah,
because he's won without Rodman.
yeah, that's the thing. And Paul Pierce do be the one talking, and people are like, you almost want to tell him, nigga, you weren't all that great, but nigga, I got the rings, and he gets to play both sides. It's cool with Braun. He got the chips with Steph. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that's a lot of fugaziness go right there. The fact that he's winning with Steph, but then he's cool with Steph's op, which is
what can you
LeBron.
tell him? And I'm not the best guy in the team. But I don't play. He can't play good.
These
You
niggas
can't
playing
really tell him
basketball.
he gets to live best of both worlds. It
Ain't
does
no
seem
ops.
like it is fugazi. The
Yeah,
fact
it's
that
ops.
he's got like a great relationship. They're not really ops, but the fact
Ain't
that
no
he's got like
ops,
a great
bro.
relationship
There
with
is ops, just like how Michael was ops with Isaiah Thomas, Steph. If you think of LeBron's nemesis in his career, it's Steph. He doesn't see
But
him
it's
like
not
5
though.
times. In the
I don't
it
think
is.
so.
Who is it then?
It is.
The NBA started making it like that. I think at one point, Steph. I always thought LeBron's
All the greats have to have
the
a nemesis.
greats. I thought he was going against like Kobe or
Who?
those were his peers.
LeBron?
Like, yeah, I thought when he was chasing after him at the same time, but Would it be
Oh,
like
you talking about when you're talking about legacy, like who's better?
Yeah.
Then I guess that would be Kobe was the guy he was
because
chasing.
LeBron was kind of needed Kobe to retire already, or have to keep. He was saying at one point.
Well, Jordan's the GOAT. He's been the GOAT, and then Kobe came and tried to take that from Jordan. But at the same time, while he was trying to catch up to Jordan, LeBron came in and just kicked Kobe way out of the atmosphere.
But I almost felt like LeBron
not
couldn't say that he was better. I don't know if LeBron was saying that he was better than Kobe.
LeBron said
is better
after
than
he
Kobe.
won Cleveland, he was the greatest player to ever play this
LeBron
game.
thinks he's better than Kobe. Yeah, that's not a question.
LeBron thinks he's better than Jordan.
Yeah, but that's debatable.
Well, either way, I mean,
People like to throw Kobe into the debate. You can put him in the debate, but at the end of the debate, he's not number 2 or number 1.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. So there's still a lot of LeBron hate.
2-1. Everybody knows 2-1 is LeBron Jordan.
Some niggas will tell you Jordan is not even 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's blasphemy.
That's blasphemy, though.
Yeah, we already know.
What's the craziest is when I hear people say Kobe's 1, Jordan's 2, LeBron's 3. Or they don't even put LeBron top
Jordan
5.
would be 2. Period. They don't know how at
nigga putting Kobe.
At minimum, Jordan's 1 or 2. It don't make no damn sense.
1 or 2.
Yeah,
He's
if
not
you want to
2.
say
You
want to say Kobe's 2, it don't matter. Jordan's going to go regardless. Jordan is irremovable from 1 or 2.
Listen. They did a AI project with. They took Jordan and aged him to play in this era with AI, and they say that nigga Jordan averaged like 32, something like that. Won the East Coast Finals, won the NBA Finals, won everything. In this era, when they changed all the dynamics to match this era, Jordan was still dominant.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Won everything that
So
year.
did
Player of the year,
they
defensive
account?
player of the year, all that shit.
Did they account for the food in his diet that's going to cause his ankles to deteriorate like all the rest of the NBA players are right now?
They just
Or
put prime Jordan in today's culture, and that shit was still prime.
You think the food was different back then, sir? You think it was making it
Definitely,
better?
I think if he wasn't taking care of his body, which like I'm sure he wasn't, because that nigga was out here drinking alcohol, smoking cigars, eating pizza. If he wasn't taking care of his body, he would end up just like all these other NBA players that get kicked out of the league because they're not in shape.
So are you saying he was taking care of his body, or are you saying he wasn't?
He wasn't taking care of his body.
So if he
you
was,
you have to put that into account for today.
Yeah,
because the people that aren't taking care of their body today, they're trash. You got to be like Steph or LeBron. Those guys, those are the greats. Those are the guys who are in the finals every year. Steph and LeBron. So how you gonna be the guy that's been to the finals 10 times straight? If he's eating fruits and vegetables, you eating pizza and cigars. I don't know if ChatGPT put that into.
I doubt it. I see what your point you're making, which is a valid point. But I guess they would have said putting them in this culture would have gave them a different mindset of diet as well.
Would it? Jordan was in an era where he was by far the greatest player around, so he didn't really have to do much. His op in the East was Reggie Miller. Go look up Reggie Miller's numbers. Trash. He's the guy we're trying to take off of the top 75 to put somebody else in there. He's taking up spots. He's taking up Dwight Howard's spot right now. No rings, super garbage.
After the performance Dwight Howard had off of the court,
it don't matter. I'll look the other way. You got that. If we can forgive Diddy, we can forgive Dwight Howard.
Nah,
Diddy about to be out here making money again. I'm almost sure of it.
Dwight Howard was peekabooing like sneak fucking trans.
They forgave him already. I done seen Dwight Howard on. I done seen Dwight Howard on a lot of streams lately. I done seen him on a lot of podcasts. He's signed to Big Three right now.
Yeah, remember he's also doing that when he's telling y'all guys, you're like, mind y'all business or that carry me.
Niggas off that. We don't care.
He didn't even tell y'all that. He didn't even say, nah, I'm off that. Y'all try me.
That nigga said, don't worry about my dick and where my dick go.
Yeah. So we were like, he gay and what the fuck? Well, that's a perfect response for Gabe to get a big. Like fuck you.
And under this new Trump regime, we off that. We don't care what niggas doing in their bedroom. That shit don't got nothing. Show me the money. What can you bring to the table? This nigga's going out here making great content. I haven't seen him on NBA TV like doing like announcing and shit. And I'm like, this guy's not pretty bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, he's been on a huge media run lately.
Here's the thing, like you speaking like your boy that got allegations. You see another lawsuit, another person came out against your boy Tyler Perry.
Another
I don't know
male?
if we spoke about that. Another male.
Did we talk about that? Oh, another one.
Yeah, Tyler Perry had one co-host, his white boy came out against him, talking about Tyler sexually harassed him or something like that last week, and he's trying to sue him. But just this week, another male came out claiming that, he was raped and drugged.
By Tyler Perry?
I don't know.
It's crazy. That nigga's been on the run. His run's been too long.
It's crazy. If you're Tyler Perry and you like guys,
it's not crazy.
Why you got to do all this?
Them gay niggas.
Is he not a
billionaire? Why they got to do that? Them gay niggas are sneaky.
Come on, man. Yeah, I know, but if you Tyler Perry, you should be able to get bitches. You can't get bitches.
He don't want bitches.
I'm talking about male bitches. You can't get bitches.
Straight men. They like what they like, though. They sneaky, them niggas gotta trick you. Guys, they gotta trick you.
It's like the cisgender male for them is the unforbidden
that's
fruit.
The prize. Okay, so he don't want gay guys.
They want to turn niggas out.
It's that forbidden fruit that they're not allowed to have, and they gonna go after it by any means necessary.
That's crazy. They don't want gay butt. They want straight butt.
That's the shit we was accusing Diddy of. Fucking what's name? Carl Winslow and shit like that.
Yeah, another guy. None of that shit came out on trial and being true.
I mean, we don't know if it's true or not. Nobody brought it.
That nigga never brought it up in trial. Matter of fact, I gotta see the little J. He was doing interviews. The nigga that made that allegation was doing the lawsuit originally. Or ended up pulling it. He's been doing interviews with academics. So I'm gonna see what some of the stories. I know I seen one where he claims he saw a Puff in bed with even his son with two other girls or something like that. They're like, them niggas really getting it in it.
Yeah, bro. It was like it was a national campaign to bring Diddy down.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Like even the coverage was like there was. You know how fast they wanted to call Diddy a criminal?
There's surviving Diddy shit all on my Vizio right now.
Exactly. Nigga going through trial, niggas they doing documentary surviving. This shit is nuts.
Major takedown,
to get a
bro.
fair shot.
Oh, the WNBA is adding 3 teams.
Where at? One of them's in Golden State, right?
Nigga, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I think I know one of them is Cleveland.
Trash. They should put one in Tampa.
So ATL had sent it to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw it, I was like, "Who asked for this shit?"
She sent it to you, and she didn't tell you which 3 teams it was.
It's in the link.
Oh, so you?
But I'm like nobody unless they adding 3 Caitlin Clarks.
No,
nobody gives a shit.
Right now, I don't think there's enough talent. I don't know if there's enough talent to expand and get 3 new teams that are actually going to be good. Because even the good teams right now, like what I'm seeing, like LA this year, they're getting stars from other teams, and they're making like what to me seems like dream teams, like all-star team. Like this team, you done scooped up players from all like 3 other teams. I don't know their names. That's why I'm saying these players like this. You done scooped up these players and made a little dream team. They got Kelsey Plum. They got the white girl from those commercials with Kawhi.
Sabrina.
Nah, something Brinks.
Oh,
That girl. Another light skinned girl, something Ham. I don't know. I just think there's not enough talent right now to expand and give you 3 players.
yeah. That's why I told her. I was like, ain't nobody gonna watch this shit anyway, unless it's 3 Clayton Clarks coming with each team.
I'm telling you, the shit to watch is the Unrivaled League, the 3-on-3 girls, women's that they have after the season's over. That shit's fire.
Is it more street ball?
No, it's not. It's still like more like it's not like how Big 3 is, like how street ball, like ain't no text. It's not like that. It's more like WNBA. It's just 3.
Just
it's like
half-court?
Olympic. Yeah, it's like Olympic style.
3-on-3, it's half court.
Is it half? It's not even half court. It's full court.
No, it's not. It's half
But
court.
it's
3-on-3 is never played full court.
Yeah, it should be half court and it should be faster.
no, it's not half court. I think it's a smaller court, but I don't know if it's half court.
Not
could be
being
wrong.
half court is crazy.
I could
It's
be
too
wrong.
much
Nah.
space. It's too much space
I
for
played 3-on-3
6
full court
players.
before though.
Yeah,
You saying it's too
retarded.
much space, but I watched it. 3-on-3 full court. Yeah, that's dumb. When people say 4, even if we didn't have enough for 5-on-5,
Or 4-on-4. You can do 4-on-4 full court.
It's still
Nah.
it's still too much space.
1 extra. Come on.
Nah.
How you do?
if we short one guy, we play at half court.
No,
Exactly.
4-on-4, you could do it because
Nah, that's pointless.
I think it was
Don't
Judo
make
was the
sense.
first one I brought up. You can't do nothing more than 3-on-3, but 4-on-4 you can do it because the point guard ain't doing but driving down the ball anyways,
Nah.
real slow. The same thing, or you take it from the top, or you just when you do 4-on-4, what you do is you make the referee check the ball in.
The referee.
If you had someone playing the ref, be down the middle.
Ain't nobody. When do you ever play with somebody
That's how
playing
we.
the ref?
You never used to play with someone play the ref.
Nah,
Well, they check the ball
nah,
in, check the ball out.
nah.
Swerve.
Who was doing? Who was
Swerve.
playing the
Hold on.
ref?
Swerve.
What
Swerve.
nigga-
I got it. I got it for you, Swerve.
Let me stop.
We've never experienced it. It's not that we haven't experienced it. It's that it didn't go into our brains and stay there because we never was the referee.
Maybe you was. Maybe you
Nate was the referee. That's why he remembers this. He was the referee.
No, I don't remember that part. I'm thinking to myself, what nigga is out here?
You never had.
Everybody that came to the park and
You never had
you out here.
him.
You want to be the ref?
You never had him do the jump ball for everybody.
Nah.
I'm telling you. Nate was that water boy in the street
Straight
ball.
whistle. Keep the,
No, that's just you.
keep the whistle under the rope in your neck. Classic.
No way.
Yeah, boys got
What
it.
happened with Tyler Perry is a nigga that worked for his studio got raped by somebody over there.
Damn.
And I guess when he went to go tell Tyler Perry, the nigga kind of lowered up, got behind NDAs and shit. You know, you don't want to fall back on him. Like, nigga, that's some employee matter type shit. I ain't gonna get me out of here.
How you come to the CEO? You better take that shit to HR.
Yeah, I know we say got open door policy, but nigga, we got a chain of command for you. Follow that order. Like, I keep that shit from me. Like 4 more niggas are supposed to know this. before I'm
So
supposed
Tyler Perry himself didn't do it. It was somebody in the company that did it.
to. Yeah. And then he was like, but Tyler knew about it. As soon as Tyler knew about it, they're like friends. They're like the nigga kind of lowered up and got an NDA and kind of like pushing me. Like he's like you. He's like he's kind of airing him out. He's like you model yourself behind some kind of godly message and everything that at third at school. But as soon as I came to you for help, you kind of turned your back on me, and your company kind of hid everything.
Bruh.
That bullshit.
How you let a nigga take your butt and you talking about Tyler Perry knew about it?
And he ain't do nothing.
You ain't do nothing when a nigga was taking your ass, bro.
So he knew about it. He ain't do
He
nothing.
said
You
he
knew
got-
about it.
the
You
guy-
ain't do nothing.
the
Nothing.
guy was drunk, or the guy drugged him, and he was in the.
The good old drunk. I know that trick.
That's the only way you could get it from a nigga, right? Just ain't you
Yeah, I was drunk. My
I was
bad,
drunk.
guys.
And
Let me
then
make sure he said
and
he
then
was
you
drunk and he
continue
wasn't
to
high.
work there. You continue to work there, but that nigga still's breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as a man, there is an option. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
in the
you
words
didn't
of
get raped.
Kanye, that butt rape
Yeah, it
was a choice.
That was a choice.
Classic.
Y'all niggas got any recommendations for this week?
Recommendation.
What y'all been on?
My recommendations is Severance on Apple TV.
Severance. What's that? A series?
It's a series. Fucking dope. Real good actors on there.
Severance. What's it
Yeah,
about?
it's got some awards. So like, imagine if you go to work and when you go to work, you're able to like, it's like they're able to split your home memory from your work memory. So basically, everything you do at work it's erased after when you get off of work. So you don't. So basically, whatever is work is it's proprietary. It's proprietary. It's like you can not take it off of work. So even when you get off work, you can't even tell what you did. And even when you're coming into work, you can't access your outside memories.
Okay, that's kind of like RoboCop.
It's kind of like when you're think of it like a cell phone policy for your brain.
That makes
like
a very efficient workforce.
Exactly.
Imagine you don't have to deal with none of the drama, none of your outside life at work. You know how much work it get accomplished if that's your only focus.
Yeah, but the thing is, now you start wondering. It's the show's kind of crazy because, like, so let's say if you were drinking in the weekend and you bump your knee or something like that, you bump your head. You might come the next time you go to work, you wake up, you don't even remember. You're like, damn, I gotta bump my knee. Like, I bumped my head. Like, you have to leave a note for yourself so you can know because the outside you don't remember the inside you. The memories don't transfer over. You only pick up from your work. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the original you?
The original you is the outside you.
The outside you.
So,
Okay.
So they call them like the outers and the inners. So it's only like inners, but you might leave a note for yourself. Hey, sorry, we had to go to. You might have woke up and you're supposed to be at work on Monday. You didn't make it to work Monday. You called out the outside you. Next thing you show up on Tuesday, you were like, hey, you didn't make it to work because of this. In case you're inside you wondering why you missed the day of work. This day of week. The shit's it's so brilliantly wrote. The shit is dope though. The shit is crazy.
That's kind of like you ever see. Well, I don't know if you. I don't know. You probably seen RoboCop, but it's like he's a half man, half robot. He's regularly him, but anytime he goes into a point where it's about to be like any type of combat, he switches over. He's not in control anymore. His body is like in like autopilot. So he thinks that he's in control, but he's really not in control anymore. And after he clicks back over, he don't know anything. He don't really know what just happened.
Was that the latest RoboCop movie? Or you think it was the old one?
I think that's the latest one.
Okay,
I think I just seen it not too long ago.
Yeah, the shit is, but that Severance is definitely a good one.
Severance on what? What it's on?
Apple.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. It sounds interesting. What about you, Swerve? You got anything?
I just watched the movie called Trap. I don't know what it's on. I got it on the little thingy, so I'm not sure what thing is on, but the movie's a good movie. It's like a serial killer goes to this movie. I mean, he goes to a concert with his daughter, but the whole concert was actually a trap just to catch him. So the whole time he's just trying to get out of this trap that they done set up for him. They almost catch him like 5 times. Every time I'm like, damn, y'all still didn't catch this nigga?
All in like the concert area, like all in like an arena or like a festival area.
In the concert, yeah, like a concert area, yeah. They got the doors locked, shut. Ain't nobody coming in without them checking. They're walking around checking people. They got descriptions of what he might look like. He's just skating through.
Let me see. For me this week, my wife was watching something on Prime that caught my attention. It's like something cross. You know what it is, Nate?
Which one?
It's like a movie about a black detective or some type of shit. Something cross.
Alex Cross, or is that?
It might be Alex Cross. That sounds familiar. Alex Cross on Prime.
Isn't that Tyler Perry's one?
I don't know.
I know there was
no, it's not Tyler Perry. I know you're talking about the James Peterson. Okay, yeah, the black guy, he played in Hawkman and shit. You don't know him, but yeah, no, he plays.
Yeah, that shit seemed interesting. So I've been watching that for the past couple of days with her.
Alex Cross.
But folks, you know what to do. Hit us up on That's Absurd Pod on Instagram. That's Absurd Pod on Twitter. That's Absurd Podcast on Facebook. And you can always drop an email at that'sabsurdpodcast@gmail.com. And you know the voice line is always open. All you got to do is look through the show notes, click on leave message here. And you can leave us a note. Let us get some feedback and all that. And with that being said, we hope you enjoyed your July 4th. And we are out.
Oh, yeah.